So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the messages today. It is the new moon in Virgo, and these are secret code names. So, they are not technically general messages. They are very specific personal messages for those who purchased a secret code name for this event. For those of you who know your secret code name, you know which reading is your personal reading. For those who did not get a secret code name of their own, but resonate or are drawn to one of the secret code names, then there's most likely a message in there for you. All right, if a code name jumping out at you, popping out at you, and you don't know why, there's just probably a message in there for you. Okay? So with that said, this is the What Steps Are Required readings. Hey! In order to figure out what steps are required, okay? Because Virgo is all about the steps. Virgo gets a lot of crap for being boring and over analytical and a perfectionist and whatever. But Virgos get shit done. Now, if your Virgoian energy is blocked, this new moon is going to help bring that forward, and we're going to figure out how to deal with it, right? So you can get moving. So, I'm using my Night Sun Tarot to kind of get a visual on what the steps are, right? What the steps are that you're going to be needing to choose through, okay? Because events happen in a chain, right? They're a chain of events. So the Night Sun Tarot is going to be giving you insight on the chain of events. And because this is a dark or shadow tarot deck, it's going to tell you how you should want to react from your shadow, right? According to what's happening in the event. So how you would typically react. But instead of how you would typically react, I'm going to pull from my Whispers of Love deck to clarify the cards, the Night Sun Tarot cards. I'm going to pull three, right, because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards from the Night Sun deck. And then I'm going to clarify them with my Whispers of Love Oracle, because I use these as an action deck, action steps that we can take in love, and I read them that way. So when we get the 3 cards that show us the chain of events and how our shadow would handle it, we're going to hit it with some love energy and then clarify it further with my playing cards, my Aurora playing cards. Because playing cards, because they follow with the suits of tarot, they're choices. And so it's the best choice, right? The best choice that you can make with the love energy that we're going to hit that with. And then an overall power of love, remember, card. Okay? So that's the way the readings are going to go down. Now, the code names. The code names. We have 10 code names, and they're going to be done in this order. Okay? And I will have timestamps in the description box below when I'm done recording. I'm just going to need a few minutes after the live to fix them in there. Okay? The code names are Waterway, Chocolate Sundae, Mountaintop, Purple Waterfalls, Apple Dumplin, like the character from Strawberry Shortcake, that was how I was pinged, 2 Eagles, Apollo's Chariot, Wasp Medicine, Grumpy Bear, like the Care Bear, and the Pianist. All right, so code names again: Waterway, Chocolate Sundae, Mountaintop, Purple Waterfalls, Apple Dumplin, 2 Eagles, Apollo's Chariot, Wasp Medicine, Grumpy Bear, and the Pianist. All right, they're going to be done in that order. So we're going to start with the Waterway. We're going to start with the Waterway, and it's going to be at the 4-minute and 11-second mark for secret code name Waterway. And when I got pinged for this code name, after I saw it, like, the visual was like a waterway, but it was the path of least resistance, right? And water is love energy, so it's almost like love being the path of least resistance. All right, so Spirit, please. Secret code name Waterway. What steps are required for the events that are unfolding, right? So what are the events? What are the events, and how does our shadow want to react to it? Let's get some insight, please, for Waterway, secret code name Waterway. What are the events and how does the shadow want to react? All right, so we got the Two of Wands. The Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups. All right. Lots of Aries energy on the cards. All right. I think you're looking at a threshold, right, with this Two of Wands. I think you're looking at a threshold that I feel like you would shut your eye to the opportunity to go towards, but it's love energy, right? It's a new emotional initiation, some kind of relationship dynamic where you feel like it's safe to just love what you're doing or who you're with. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but there's definitely a new beginning that your heart can feel love in, right? And I think your gut reaction is to not want to see it. And you can see why I'm saying that, right, with the shadow deck. With these two cards, and it probably has a lot to do with Mars retrograde. And the fact that the sun's going to be dancing with it shortly over the next month or so, as it moves into Libra and Mars is retrograding. I'm feeling as if there's an opportunity coming your direction that you should be taking, okay, that you should be taking with the Ace of Cups. This is a beautiful heart space that you're being gifted, right, to be in and feel in the experience, allowing your heart to light up. And I think a part of you might be really hesitant because it's like you're rooted and grounded in what you love already, so it's almost like not wanting to take the steps because you love things the way they are. But it's almost like Spirit's telling you, yeah, but there's so much more to love, though. There's so much more to love about life. The Three of Wands is also the Journey card, so, you know, and it's portal energy in another deck of mine. That reminds me of this card. It's my Naked Heart Tarot. I'm feeling like the eye has to be open. Like, you have to believe that life can get it even better. Like, you're not going to disrupt the good. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to disrupt the good that's already there. You might make more of it. But I don't think you have to be afraid to lose what you have, because in being in a vibration of loss or fear of loss it will cap you. You know what I mean? You cap yourself. So, Spirit, what 3 actions can we take to get out of these energies that are resistant? What 3 cards? Oh wow, do we literally get 3 cards? Oh, we got 4. Okay, we'll take it. 8, 11, and 29, and 34. First of all, right, you gotta love who you are and what you're capable of creating. You are your own ship, right? Your energy is your own ship. If you're loving your life already and you're not afraid to love your life even more, you know what I mean? And be open to the opportunity or the idea that life could be even better than it is, right? Life could be even better than it is. Look for your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. Like, if you think you have a lot to be grateful for now, imagine the vibration of gratitude you have going out and what the universe is trying to bring you in. It's like, see what the universe is doing when you're in your, like, crowned light energy. You know what I mean? Forgive yourself, because nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. So you might be so content where you've settled in your experience because it works for you and it brings you peace, that you might have even missed out on other opportunities. You might have even missed out on other opportunities, and you might have to forgive the people that taught you that it was okay to pass up on life. That when something's good enough, you know what I mean, then don't replace it. But what if you could replace it? You know what I mean? It's like having a TV that works and it's great. There's nothing wrong with the TV. And you wouldn't necessarily go out and buy a brand new TV that's better than the one you have because it's not broken. But what if someone gave you a coupon for a free TV, any one you wanted, didn't matter what size, what price, you just got a free TV voucher and you could just take it and get whatever fucking TV you want? Are you telling me that you would just be happy with the TV you have and not take advantage of the beautiful new TV that you can get at no actual cost to you, short of going and getting it? Just going and picking it up. Taking the trip. Gonna go get it. You could bless somebody with your old TV and be like, hey, do you need a TV? Because I got an extra one lying around. You know what I mean? Metaphors. Metaphors. This beautiful life that you have, it's okay if someone's offering you an even better experience. Especially if the experience is definitely temporary, like, and it's a vacation or a trip or just something fun. Like, don't pass up. Don't pass up the trip or the journey. Receive with love and appreciation, which is, I guess, what this is all about, because this is the fourth card. So receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love, because you're allowing yourself to receive the loving vibration they're carrying and want to give to you. You're allowing yourself to love them in their state of loving who they are enough to give to you. You're telling them how they love is beautiful. Thank you. Continue to love like that. Thank you. Maybe I'll be able to return the favor one of these days, or maybe, you know, my presence is what lights your fire. You know what I mean? Like, thank you for investing in me, in my experience, and wanting it to be great. It's almost like a fear of not just being loved, but a fear of returning it. It's weird how I'm feeling this energy. It's like a fear of feeling like you would have to return love, like returning love is a bad thing. To someone who is loving you, you got to ask yourself where that comes from. You got to ask yourself where it comes from, right? Your code name is Waterway. The path of least resistance. Love is the path of least resistance. And it's trying to come in. And it's trying to come in. So Spirit, please, choices. Choices for love who you are. Choices. Yeah, Queen of Cups, right? The Queen of Hearts. Choose the water. Choose the love. Just, Spirit's drumming it home now. Drumming it home now. You are a Queen of Hearts. Love who you are. You are a Queen of Hearts. You're a deep loving soul. You are capable of loving at great depths. So choose to love at great depths. Right? Great depths, and that's reciprocity. Allow yourself to be free in that. What's the choice? Ooh, for look to your inner strength. Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's the truth in your heart. Look to your inner strength. It's the truth. The swords is the mind. It's the truth and that you know. From a heart space level, right? Divine feminine queen energy. It's the truth in the heart that the mind is aware of. You deserve, don't you? To have someone love you? I want you to have a great experience. You know this. You know you're safe. You know you're safe. Wherever life wants to take you, you're the one sticking yourself. What's the choice card for forgiveness? What's the choice card for forgiveness? Yeah, you gotta let go of self-sabotage. 10 of Spades. Overburdened mind, overburdened worry, overburdened with fear. The energy I'm getting off this 10 of Swords is persistently negative thoughts that you believe in. That you believe in regards to love and the journey and life. It's almost like this mentality of, well, if it's not bad, why risk making it worse? Because if it's not bad, your vibe is obviously decent, why can't it not be better? What painful belief are you holding? Forgive yourself for that. All right, and receive with love and appreciation. What is the choice card for that, please, Spirit? Yeah, so instead of sticking yourself and not being open to see whatever possibility that you could create, right, with your choices that brings this crazy love of life in. Yeah. Oh, and we got a person. We got the King. King of Wands, King of Clubs, with the 4 of Hearts. In playing cards, the 4 of Hearts is very stable love. It's an opportunity you can't miss. The King of Clubs, he's real in tune with his spirit, whoever this person is. He's real in tune with his spirit, and I think he sees your spirit like as him and you. He looks at you like an equal. Receive. Let him love you. Or this person, right? This very spiritually aware of self, knows who they are, authentic person. Like, love that they're authentic, and not only are they authentic, that they just want to invest in you. Like, they want to see you happy. They know what they're capable of creating for you, and they just want you to say, okay. Okay, let's go. I'll take the ride with you. I trust you. Because I feel like you do. You have no reason not to trust this person. I think they're being very honest with you. Even if they don't want a solid commitment, you know what I mean? Like King of Clubs, it doesn't necessarily want a solid commitment, but they're absolutely saying, hey, whatever this part of the journey is, I want to spend it with you. Can I spoil you a little? Right? Ace of Spades on the bottom. Fucking truth. It's the fucking truth. You got someone who fucking cares. And you're purposefully making yourself blind to it. Which is a shame, because pain ripples, right? And your harsh beliefs of the self are, you know, that you don't let love in. You're just rippling pain to someone who isn't coming at you with any, right? I'm trying to help you heal it. You need to remember. Yeah, you got priorities. You got to understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Love has to be in all situations. Love can't exist in one area and not another. It can't exist for one person and not another. It can't exist in your mind and not your heart. Or it can't exist in your heart and not your mind. You understand, like, love's everywhere. The universe is always trying to bless you. The universe loves you. And if it's not teaching you a lesson because it loves you, it's blessing you because you passed the test and got a lesson. Like, either way, Spirit's like, can you just, like, love everything that got you to where you are, and love that where you are is taking you to amazing places you don't even fucking know about yet. Put your heart out there. Queen of Hearts. Love who you are. You're Queen of fucking Hearts. Maybe your heart's been broke before. Maybe that's why you've been sabotaging yourself. But damn it, you can't sabotage yourself forever. How many times you gonna close your eyes to it? Because they're to this or to that, or they'll never understand this or never understand that. You don't know what kind of opposites fucking work. Okay? When you just fucking love someone and want to see them happy. I have no idea. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. The steps required. Open up. Open up. Receive. It's there. It's ready to give to you. All right. Moving forward, we got Chocolate Sundae next. 21:31. 21:31. Minute mark for Chocolate Sundae. All right. So Chocolate Sundae, and those who would resonate to this code name. What are the events unfolding, and how does your ego want to react to it? How do your shadows want to handle it? What are the events? Give us some insight, please, Spirit, for secret code name Chocolate Sundae. What is the chain of events coming, and what steps are required, right? How does our shadow how does our shadow want to react to the events? Let's see. 3 cards, please. One more, please, Spirit. What is the chain of events? Wow. All right. We got the 3 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the Empress. 3 of Cups is in reverse. Okay, so listen. The chain of events, how I'm seeing it and understanding it. With the 3 of Cups in the reverse, the way I'm seeing this, because in this reverse, the 3 little arrows here, right? Little Cupid babies. This one is pouring water, but it looks obviously like the water is pouring up, because in the upright, you know, these 2 are pouring down into this little one's cup here. But it's almost like the inner child or the higher self is giving love to both of your head space and heart space, okay? It's literally filling them up, but reversed. So, like, upside down. I think that you are being very guided to defy distractions, whether the distractions is a third-party situation, whether the distractions is your own shadow thoughts, whether the distractions is work or other people in your ear telling you this or that you should do, shouldn't do, whatever, right? I feel like your immediate response to the events is I'm going to love myself. Okay, to be completely fair. I think your instant response is I'm going to love myself. And I'm going to fill up my own cups. I'm going to fill up my own mind with positive stuff. I'm going to fill up my own heart with positive stuff. The problem is it's backwards, right? It's reversed. So I think you're responding with I'm just going to love myself. I'm just going to love myself. And separation of your head and heart, instead of actually filling up your cups in a whole way, right? In a whole way. Because I feel like once your inner child is done giving everything it has to your head, trying to calm your head down, and everything to your heart, trying to calm your heart down, you're like, I need more though. Because now I'm empty. And where do you get that from? Spirit. You get that from your whole self, which is your head and your heart working together to fill up one cup. Right? You find yourself praying. Because I think you telling yourself that you're going to love yourself and going on the separation is actually because you're afraid. I think you're afraid. And so it's almost like you're using self-love and separation as a good reason not to continue. And the issue is, the Empress in this deck, she's a little crazy. She's got a broken egg on her lap. Her heart's been ripped out of a cage and it's lying on the floor. She's wearing a crown of thorns, right? No matter how righteous and pure she was in her self-love, she wasn't listening to her spirit. She wasn't letting her spirit fill her up. She was letting her own wounding try to fill up her wounding, but it doesn't work. And the issue is when you're stuck praying, a lot of the times the life that you saw and the life that you wanted, it's given to somebody else, and then you're left to witness it. That's your creation. That's your creation that's broken, and you're looking at it because she's got crazy eyes. I know you can't make out just how crazy her eyes are in this view with the camera. But she's like, it's like everything that she wanted, and she's watching somebody else get it, and her creation's broken. And it's because it was meant to be your creation. Right? It was meant to be your creation. And this idea of loving myself and separating myself because someone's this or something's that, you leave yourself with prayers, like, and needing answers. Asking spirit, why did it work out like that? Why did it have to be this way? Because you chose it. You chose to love yourself and separate versus working on something with someone and fixing it. And so they went and took their energy that you ran from and possibly started building it somewhere else. And you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And now everything that somebody else is living in your dream, you're watching it, and it's a fucking nightmare. So listen, if that's the events unfolding and how your shadow would react to it, let's figure out the steps required, right? Let's hit it with some love energy. Let's hit your shadows with love. Spirit, please. Because we don't want that. Right, we don't want that. Yeah. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. The problem isn't this person's this or this person's that or this situation's this or this situation's that. The thing is, you love this person. You love this person. The only thing that is real is love. And this is about learning how important it is to love yourself enough to love another through the healing. Knowing that you're healing, like you're not running, you want it. You want the long term, which means you can't quit. This is about the tree. Okay? Love that comes from more than just the self. It's what manifests from the love within the self. I think you're focused too much on the problems and not enough on the actual love you have for someone. You might even be seeing palindromes 363, just because I'm looking at the tarot. All right, clarify the Six of Cups, please. Yeah, receive with love and appreciation. Let your spirit, really, look at this. Let spirit bless you. Receive with love and appreciation. Let your higher self bless you. When you're able to love through your own pain, when you're able to love through your own pain and just see it through a little bit longer and not quit, just keep seeing it through, because you know you would be totally fucking upset. You would be. You'd be totally upset. Yeah, love endures. Love endures. Like not only would you have to witness it, you'd have to know that love endures despite it. Your love's not going to go away because you're witnessing somebody else live your dream. Your love for someone is not going to go away just because you're not living the dream and you're watching it with someone else. Your love's going to endure despite it. Can't lie to yourself. Can't lie to yourself and say, well, I'm just going to love myself more. I'm just going to love myself more. I just need more time. I just need more time. No, you need to talk to the person that you're dealing with. And work whatever it is out. Let your spirit, let your love guide you. We look at card number 7, 34, and 43. This is triple sevens. Triple sevens. The only thing that's real is love. You got to remember that. Don't focus on the problems. Focus on the love that's real. And allow other people to love you and show you love and appreciation. Like, don't shut it out. Don't shut it out. It says, love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation, no matter what it looks like. No matter what it looks like. Like, to the point that if you've botched it, or feel as if you've already botched it, right? And now you're seeing this, right? And now you're seeing this energy and you're feeling this energy. You gotta trust. You gotta trust that time heals all things, all situations, okay? Time heals all situations. And you've got to allow your love that you have to exist, not to own you and stop your life from moving forward, because obviously my life always moves forward, right? You got to get on the ship. You got to get on the ship. But you don't actually allow the love to die or fight the fact that the love is there. You allow them to go through whatever the experience is and learn not to be hurt by the witnessing of it, just simply because it's a reminder of where you chickened. And if you don't want to chicken, that's fine, because readings don't tell you things that are beyond your control to choose how you react to it, right? Yeah, you can't give up. Can't withdraw because someone's having a hard time. Like I said, this third energy could be anything. It could be a person, it could be an environment, it could be addiction, right? This third energy, like it could be fears, it could be anything. But it's a very dominant energy to where it's all on its own, right? It's a part of the dynamic, where it's not just masculine and feminine anymore. You know, it's a third outside energy. It's like interference. Definitely don't think or assume somebody would love them better than you, or that they would love somebody more than they would love you if they had you at your best and you weren't afraid to find it with them. All right, let's get the choice cards. What is the choice for the only thing real is love? Yeah, we got the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Diamonds. The 9 of Hearts and the 3 of Diamonds. This is a wish fulfilled and a contract. You've got to commit. You've got to commit. If this is your person, if we're talking about your person that you're letting go of and you're saying, I'm going to go love myself more because I'm not ready, because being with you or the idea of moving forward with you actually scares me. It actually scares me. I'm terrified. What if I had it and it disappeared? What if I fucked it up? All that shit, right? That would pull you away from the person that you love. You have to commit to the knowing that it's your wish fulfillment. It's your wish fulfillment. Which means if it's not perfect, you work at it. If you're not perfect, you work at it. Right? Right? And one secret code name, Chocolate Sundae. All right. What is the choice for receive with love and appreciation? What is the choice? What is the best choice, right? For receiving with love and appreciation. What is the choice? Six of Coins, you got to give. Receiving and giving, right? 6 of Coins, 6 of Diamonds, the 6 of Pentacles. It's about equal give and take. If you put in time and effort to make it better, and you put in time and effort to make yourself better, so will whoever it is or whatever it is that you're in and dealing with. You get what you give. If you run away, they run away. If you quit, they quit. Talk about a mirror, right? Can't quit. You got to be able to give and receive and give and receive. Not over give and forget to receive, and not receive and tell yourself, well, I can't give. Like someone's trying to heal with you. I feel like someone's trying to heal. They don't consciously know it, like they're fucking healing. You know what I mean? But they're trying to heal with you. 4 of Clubs, 4 of Wands. Twin flame dynamic. Love endures. 4 of Clubs. Come on. You're never going to stop loving this person. They're never going to understand why you left. Until long after they're done experiencing whatever you're upset that you're not experiencing with them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to work on stuff. Don't be afraid to be wrong sometimes. Don't be afraid to be judged by your choices. Let someone talk to you. Find room to improve. Whoever your twin flame is, your dynamic is, I feel like they're a blessing, right? Somebody's going to look at them and look at them like they are a fucking blessing, and they're going to step up and love them the way you fucking should have. You got to love them enough to heal with them. You got to love them enough to talk and be calm and listen. Because it's not always about you, right? It's about them too. And if they need to heal and they're healing with you, let them. Don't block it out, because the universe is like, all right, well, I still need to heal them. I wanted them to heal with you so that you guys could build from here. But just because you walked away to heal in a different way doesn't mean I can stop their healing. They still needed to heal in this way. I'll bring them in a partner. Empathy is what you need to remember. Okay. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. If you were them and you lived their entire life from start to finish through their eyes and through their ears and what they've seen and what they've heard, what they've felt, who is in their life that they care about? What is in their life that matters? There are certain things in their life that take precedence in their consciousness. It's a priority. Having empathy, you're able to see what's going on with someone else and not necessarily take it personal. You got to know what energy is yours and not yours. Have compassion for your person. Because I feel like just tuning into the other person's energy, the second energy, I do feel like they're being really honest and they're really fucking trying the best they can. Maybe he has foot and mouth syndrome. Maybe it doesn't come out right. Maybe they say things at inopportune times, or maybe you just fucking take it wrong. I don't know. But I feel as if there's something that you're using as an excuse to not move forward when your soul is like, yeah, but you want to and you should. So what are the required steps, right? What are the steps required? Let yourself be open to healing. Let yourself be open to the healing. Don't let somebody else steal away your dream and everything else because you are afraid to give love to someone. Because unconditionally stopped when you were afraid. Alright. So I hope that helps. And his secret code name, that was Chocolate Sundae. Really, because there's like that saying, like, you know, have your cake and eat it too. And I'm always using the cake analogy, but if you think about a chocolate sundae, it's like a frozen mountain. Chocolate's an aphrodisiac, dude. You're gonna be alone, cold, and fucking horny. Don't do it to yourself. You're gonna be sitting on your couch eating ice cream sundaes. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Oh my God, choose better, right? Choose better. Let yourself go through the hard conversations, go through the hard actions. Not giving up, right? Not giving up on yourself, your ability to receive love and grow with someone. Yeah, you gotta be in victory mode. You gotta be in victory mode. You might even need to offer an apology to someone. Like, listen, I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. I fucked up. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about my fuck up? How I can improve upon this? Can we discuss this, please? Yeah. Page of Swords. Keep it light. All right. Hope that helps. Moving forward. 43, 45, mountaintop. Here we go. Secret code name, mountaintop. And those who would resonate to it. Here we go. Spirit, please. Spirit, please. What are the events unfolding and how does the ego want to react? How does the shadows want to react? How do they want to run away with it? What are the events unfolding? And how do the shadows want to react? For secret codename Mountaintop. And those who would be drawn to it. Alright, here we go. What are the events unfolding? Please, Spirit. And how does the shadow want to react? Alright. We got Temperance in reverse. We got the Star in the upright. What else? One more. Alright, with the Death card and the Page of Wands. Super scorpionic energy. Now I'm not gonna entirely show the Death card on camera because it's just all it's some real serious fucking imagery with this deck. But the Death card, she's completely naked, but she's preggers. And she's wearing, you know, the bone skull mask across half of her face, and she's adorned with a lot of jewelry, and she's got blood on her hands. Okay. And she's got blood on her hands. I feel with this energy, I think something completely destabilizes you, right? With the Temperance in reverse. Now, I don't know what that could be, but something, your ego, your shadows go completely like off kilter, okay? Temperance in reverse, something's not balanced in the reality. I think someone's possibly spewing garbage into your mind about yourself, and you're listening to it. What if they're right? Someone is literally spewing garbage into your mind. Yours that is filled with water. They're spewing this liquid, this dark reddish brown liquid just into your head, and it's throwing you completely out of whack. Completely knocked you off your A game. Now you've got to heal yourself. And what's crazy is when I first saw this card, because it's not money, they're cubes, but it looked like stacks of cash at first glance when I pulled the card out, well, when it flew out. I feel like on one hand you have money or stability, right, the blocks, and on the other side you have nothing. Okay? And on the other side you have nothing. And this is a this is the 7-pointed star. It's got the sacred spiral in the middle. I think you're looking at it from a perspective of black and white. I think something has you very upset, and it's like if you don't fix it, what's spinning in your mind, right? This toxic shit, if you don't fix it, it's almost like you'll always end up with nothing. Knowing that you want stability and you're looking at the stability, but it's also your blocks. Literally blocks. And it's got you all kinds of tangled up. So with the Death card and the Page of Wands, I'm feeling as if your reaction oh, this is interesting. She's got human feet, but she's leaving lion footprints. She's wearing a lion's mane around her neck. I think your shadows want to kill it. Okay? I think your shadows want to kill it. And you want to walk forward as if you're brave, but it's almost reckless or childish with the Page of Wands. Feeling like you'll just reinvent yourself. Burn it all to the ground and kill it. whether that's a piece of you for whatever these blocks are, or killing the blocks and going with nothing because nothing doesn't actually exist. Because if you've got yourself, you've got a manifesting machine and a whole bunch of freedom when you don't have blocks. But I think your shadow ego, it almost like wants to be petty, and I feel like the actual healing takes more place more significantly when you're not being petty, but when you are very mature in the energy. I think your shadow wants to handle it in an immature fashion, or a very, and when I say immature fashion, I mean ego-based fashion, where it's about I and whatever, versus being the observer and not taking things personally or trying to correct it. You know what I mean? It's a totally different vibration than letting yourself just kind of run at the mouth. No filter, no check, you know what I mean? And you're just saying things with no regard for how they're gonna affect you or someone else later. It's almost like this rule of thumb, like, listen, if a person died tomorrow, God forbid, if someone died tomorrow, what would you want your last thing to be said to them? What do you want the last thing you say to them to be? Do you want to be some petty, I'm going to fucking kill this, blah, 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 you know, fuck this relationship or dynamic or whatever, fuck this experience, you want to cut it the fuck off and be like that, and then know that someone, you know, passed away and you were that person, you know what I mean? Like, that person who was a fucking bitch. You know, it's like, treat others the way you would want to be treated. Talk to other people the way you would want to be talked to. Don't allow someone's toxic words to get into your mind and turn you toxic. Like, no, you heal that shit. You heal that shit. You go through the transformation. You rebirth yourself new, right? You rebirth yourself new. Walk forward like the lion. Be brave and have that courageous heart, right? That's just so big. It's a big heart. Have it be so fucking big that they fucking hate you for loving them so much, that they hate you for being mature. Let them fucking hate it, because you're not going to hate yourself. Your energy is what matters in your life and your manifestation, and what they go through is their fucking triggers to get them to wherever state they need to be in life, right? That's better than where they're at. So hit it with that kind of maturity, right? Just make them wonder where they're fucking up. Don't be the one that's wondering where you're fucking up. So here we go, right? Choices. What are the steps required? Yeah, honesty is essential. You've got to get real. If someone said some shit that upset you, if someone put some shit in your head that was fucked up, honesty is essential. You got to let them know, like, they're wearing a fucking mask. They're wearing a fucking mask. Pain ripples, and if you felt it, it's because they're dishing it. And if they're dishing it, it's because that's what they got to dish. That's what they have. And before you go turning your back and walking away from this person with a mask who might even be trying to reconcile, maybe you need to get really clear about how you did not appreciate being thrown the fuck off like that. That it wasn't right what they said, because that's not who you are, or it's not what your intention was, or that's not what you're feeling or thinking. You know what I mean? Like, you legit might have extended like a guardian angel, right? Temperance, like a guardian angel energy to someone, and they just kind of shit all over it. So it's like, listen, I can forgive you, I'm not gonna forget, don't fucking do it again. Wow. It's September 17th, right? So it's 9/17. That's the date. It's 9/17 on my clock right now. That's also the time. So it was cool. Anyway, synchronicities, right? Yeah, love endures. In the reverse at that. It flew out in the reverse. But as far as an action, I'm feeling like sometimes you need to step the fuck away. Maybe sometimes you do need to just step away and let someone soak in their fucking healing. And you take your ship and move forward. It doesn't give up or lose faith, right? You're not giving up or losing faith in this person and their healing. But you're removing yourself from the situation if it's toxic. You can't let that stew in your energy and make you ugly. You just got to have faith that this person will grow the fuck up. And you're just going to move on, and that's fine. You're going to move on until they grow up. That's fine. You're not going to judge them. You're not going to cut them off for fucking ever and burn a bridge. You know what I mean? You're just going to let them go. You're going to transform. You're going to rebirth yourself with that strong, courageous heart that just has faith. And you keep moving, right? And you keep moving. Yeah, focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person, okay? Look for the good attributes in each and every person. This is a woman who's feeding a dragon. They're two totally fucking different beings. But if that woman was not nice to the fucking dragon, he might always just be afraid of her, want to burn her, or why does she run? She's not afraid. She's not afraid of someone's beast, right? She's not afraid of someone's dragon. She's not afraid of someone's shadow. She's not afraid of someone's fire-breathing shit. She's like, let me love you. Let me extend a token of love. Like, I know we're not the same. That's okay. I love you anyway. You're welcome here. You're welcome around me. You're welcome around my energy. As long as you're not burning me, right? As long as you're not fucking burning me. I don't care what the fuck you burn around you in your environment, but don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. Not in this relationship. Not in this dynamic. I can't stick around. I can't stick around. You want to burn everything else in your life and have it stick around, and they stick around, great. But that's not me, though. I'm not going to stick around and take any toxic shit from someone else when I don't deserve that. When you're projecting and reading me wrong or assuming whatever, like, no. No. All right, choices. Right? Choices. Really, and my nose is itching like crazy. I feel like it's plain as day. Like, it's plain as day. Like, and it might not even have been said recently. It might not have been said yet, because this is events unfolding. It might not have actually been said yet, and you don't see how this makes sense, okay? You might not even see how this makes sense. But someone's gonna say some shit that triggers the fuck out of you, and you don't know whether or not you could move forward without burning this, right? It's like someone is very different from you. Maybe not in every single way, but in some ways. Give this person with your own faith the opportunity to transform by transforming your own self and being in a better vibration, right? Moving forward. So what's the choice, right? What's the choice with honesty is essential, please, Spirit? With the temperance in the reverse, right? To get out of that unbalance, to get away from feeling like someone's thrown you off. Yeah, 3 of Wands, move forward. Don't hesitate and linger in it. If someone is spewing toxicity into your mind or making you question yourself or your worth, immediately just separate yourself and walk away. Be like, I'm sorry, I can't live in a world where you're wearing a mask and you're one way sometimes and another way another time, and sometimes you're this way around me, but then you're this way around other people, and sometimes that's completely different when we're both around each other at the same time. You know, like, I can't do it. You can't put on this fucking facade and then say that shit to me or do that shit to me and throw me the fuck off. I'm out. I don't know who the fuck you are. Are you this person or that person? I don't fucking know. I'm out. Pick one. And if you pick the douchebag, I'm out. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to move forward. All right. Choice. Love endures. What is the best choice? Going through the healing energy. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Someone else's cross is to bear, not yours to burden. They're not yours. They're not to become your burden. If someone is carrying the weight of a lot of shit on their own spirit, it's not your job to carry it. Your love can continue for them without you actually having to take their energy on. It's like loving from a distance. You know what I mean? Like, I'll always love you. I'll always care about you. I'll always be there and support you. I'm never going to talk to you the way you talk to me. Never going to do to you what you did to me. And then if and when you come back in my life later, that won't change. I will still be the same person. The same person that loved you before you were a douchebag. And the same person that walked the fuck away when you were. So, I love you. You know what I mean? But I am who I am. I am who I am. And I know me better than you do. And you could assume whatever about me. And you could try and spew that toxic shit at me. And I know, I'm not taking it personal. I know you're talking to your fucking self in the mirror. You're not hurting my feelings. Not making me feel like less of a person, but I surely see how little you feel and think of yourself. I'll pray for you. When you're out of that energy, realize you were being a douchebag and you want to heal it, you know what I mean? Love is still going to be there. Yeah, Queen of Hearts. Focus on love. It's okay. It's okay to talk to that person like that. Like, I love you, but I'm not dealing with your shit. I don't deserve that shit. I'm not so desperate or hard up for whatever the fuck this is that I would tolerate it. You're crazy. If you thought that that was the reason why I was here, or why I was in your life, or why whatever, you were mistaken. I was in your life because my intention was pure. Because I wasn't wearing a mask. Because I came in here like a guardian fucking angel. That was my vibration. I was ready to be the guardian angel. And it's like they've cut the wings off, right? It's like they did some shit or said some shit that cut the guardian angel's wings off. So listen. You've got to heal your shit. If you got to fucking kill it for now and reinvent yourself or find your inner spirit again, love yourself more, that's fine. But focus on the love. Don't be a victim, right? Don't buy into it. Don't give this person your power and let them hurt you. They're only projecting their own pain body. They're taking it out on you, but they're talking to them fucking selves. Their inner child is having a serious talk with them. And they just don't realize it. Whatever they would say to you on some level, that's how they feel about themselves or what they do. So, all right. Power of love cards. Right, remember. Ooh. It flew right out. Yeah, discernment and tolerance. And tolerance was in the reverse. And I keep all my cards fucking upright. What are the odds? You don't have to tolerate that shit. Discern. You can love someone and say, see you later. I love you later. Bye. Because I don't have to tolerate that shit. Appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. Appreciate the point of view that they're talking to themselves in their own mirror and having a divine conversation with themselves, because it makes it real easy not to take it personal. Discernment makes it real easy not to take it personal. Developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. Not just in yourself, but others. Someone can do or say whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. So what steps are required? Allow yourself to transform the healing with somebody else when you don't allow or accept their pain body to ripple on you. Don't take their pain personal. Don't take their pain personal. Okay. Secret code name, Purple Waterfalls, 6523. All right. Secret code name, Purple Waterfalls. Oh, God. I said your name in my throat got a wicked itch. Right off the bat, there might be something really that you need to say to somebody. Because I feel like somebody needs to tell them. And you're being called to tell them. Like, you're being called to tell them. Like, the epiphany kind of energy that you're getting. Like, the vision that you're getting or fearing or whatever. Like, you're sensing something or being guided to something. Like, you're being fucking told and you're not saying it out loud because I don't think you necessarily want to believe it or want to feel like you don't have to be the one to say it to them or whatever. But I feel like there's someone in your experience that you feel like you need to say something to. It's almost like intervening. Someone's got to fucking tell them. But in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do it. I don't think yelling at this person or telling, you know what I mean, this person, whoever they are, is effective. I think you need to have a different kind of conversation with someone who needs that conversation, which is why you've been guided to it. All right, so Spirit, please. Secret code name, Purple Waterfalls. A lot about trust and faith and energy and vibration. What are the events unfolding that are going to trigger the shit out of the shadows, right? What are the events unfolding and how are the shadows going to want to react? How are the shadows going to want to react? For secret code name, Purple Waterfalls. Six of Wands. Take that one. And that one. All right. We got the Six of Wands with the Chariot card and the Two of Wands. All right, so we've got a victory that you can't see. Your eyes are closed. This is a victory card. You're in victory mode. You've surrendered to the universe. The victory is already won. You just don't see it. The victory is already won, but you don't see it, okay? So your shadow would have you not see the victory that's right in front of your face because you've already gone through the surrender. It's like you can't see it, so you're trying to feel for it, trying to make it happen faster. Trying to make it happen faster. You don't see the win, even though it's right there in front of you. And so you're trying to make the win happen faster and you're not realizing it's already there. And that gets you stuck in the mud. Two of Wands. It gets you stuck in the mud. You're more at victory in this surrender moment than you are with all this armor on, taking charge. It almost looks like the Hierophant is driving the chariot, which is crazy, you know, because it's never depicted that way, but it does. It looks like the Hierophant is driving the chariot with all this armor on. It's like he's protecting his right to be the teacher. He's going to move it forward super fast, protecting his right to be the teacher. He gets stuck in the mud. This could also be being in the victory, not seeing how you're in the victory, but being in the victory, not seeing it, and seeking outside counsel who says, this is how to do it, this is how to make progress, and every time you listen to somebody else's fucking high and mighty advice, you get stuck in the mud. You hit a roadblock, or you can't get out from where you are. And you go from being free to being strung up. It's almost like if someone walked by, you'd be their amusement. This is Jupiter, Leo energy, Cancer energy, and Mars and Aries energy. And if we talk about this Jupiter and Leo energy, Jupiter's in Capricorn, and it's aspecting or will be aspecting Venus, who's in Leo. Okay. The victory's already there. Victory's already there. Your soul said so. Your heart and soul said so. You can't see it yet. Pluto's right near Jupiter. Still retrograding, shadowing everything, especially in the reality. Capricorn, not knowing what to do, right? So listen, don't seek advice outside of yourself with the intention to take it because you don't know. If you're going to seek guidance or advice outside of yourself, use it as a discernment tool. Because it's kind of like not knowing if you want an apple or an orange, and you have both, and you don't know which one you want. So you ask your friend to pick for you. Pick an apple or an orange. What do I want to have? I can't choose. And your friend says, take the apple. Eat the apple. And you're like, nah, I think I'm going to eat the orange. You knew which one you wanted. You just weren't sure. So you asked the outer experience, they gave you an answer, the answer didn't resonate, so you did what resonated. That's the best way to take advice, to listen to yourself, discern, right? Sometimes people tell us and it makes perfect fucking sense, and when we don't listen, that's when we get fucked up because they gave us advice we wanted to take. Really, there goes my throat. So I'm telling you, I know that's I know that's hard. I know that's hard to admit. Maybe you got to work on that. Work on discerning and seeing your wins. So if you can't see the win in front of you, that's going to make things difficult. That's when you seek outside of yourself, but you can't take somebody else's advice. You got to make sure you're taking your own soul's advice. Discerning. Even with me. You know what I mean? Discern everything. It's either going to resonate or it's not. And if it's not, there's a reason. And that's because you just made sure, right? Spirit affirmed it for you because it gave you the opposite to look at, and you've decided definitively that the opposite is not what you actually want, right? You discern everything. Discern everything. You have a victory at hand. something to be truly grateful for, especially because Venus is in Leo and Jupiter, right? You have something very grateful in the reality. And it might not be the way you want it right now, which is why you're trying to get help and advice to get it there faster, the way you want it faster. But it's only going to stick you. It's only going to get you stuck. There's no need for speed. The divine intervenes, right? Because the Chariot and its light is divine intervention and miracle. Divine movement forward. Spirit doesn't fail you. You don't have to go looking for it or searching for it. It'll feel right. And as you continue to follow what feels right, instead of what's being sought after to clear the fog, when you just allow yourself to feel the fog and trust that whatever answer your spirit needs to give you will come through at the right time and not be upset by the confusion, will do a world for you, make a world of difference. All right, so what actions? So if that's how your shadow wants to respond. Your shadow doesn't want to see the victory in front of you. It wants to get advice. It wants to get help. Wants to make things get better, happen faster, and then it feels stuck. And then it feels stuck. So, what's the action for the Six of Wands? How can we hit that with some love energy? Yeah, focus on love then. Focus on the good attributes in the people in your life. Not everybody's perfect, right? Not everybody's perfect. They may be in a completely different place. You might be in a healed place that's very loving and giving, and they might be in a dragon place where they're consuming, right? And they're burning things. But you can't miss or lose sight of the fact that you're in a position right now to give love to that beast, that dragon. The victory is that for as different as you are, energetically speaking, you have an opportunity to be nice and love the dragon, even though he's a dragon and he just burned down half the fucking forest, because he doesn't understand the beautiful power of being a dragon. Okay. Now there's other energy out there. All right, Spirit. That's funny. I picked up the deck, right? And 2 cards were left on the table. And Spirit said, no, they're the ones. So here we go. Yeah. Give your attention to someone else. Give your attention to whoever this is. Give your attention to someone else. If you're focusing on a mentor or a guide or someone to teach you what to do or tell you what to do, that's not the answer. Do something for someone else and give your attention to someone else. The time that you're spending with whatever guide or counsel you're seeking, let yourself be the guide, let yourself be the counsel for whoever the dragon is in your experience. See the victory that you have an opportunity to give love energy to this person and let it ripple. And the 2 of Wands, we got romance. Lavish the one you love with your personal attention and affection. So again, attention. Someone needs your attention. Big time. Someone needs your attention, your love, energy. It's almost like Spirit saying, stop praying for miracles and just be the fucking miracle. Stop praying for miracles and just be the miracle. You don't need to pray for miracles for your dragon. You're already the miracle for your dragon. You've got all the love energy right there. You've got all the time right there. The ability to give attention and spoil them with that energy that you have. That's a fucking win. That's a fucking win. All right. Choices. What's the best choice you can make focusing on love for this victory? What's the best choice? Yeah, the Jack of Hearts. The Jack of Hearts is the Knight of Cups. Extending love, communicating love energy. A token of gratitude. Thank the dragon for sitting with you and that he took a moment to stop burning everything just to enjoy your presence and the love you're giving. Thank the dragon for not being such a dragon for one moment so that he could accept love from you. And I'm saying he, but gender's fluid, right? Take it how it resonates. But yeah, gotta love this dragon. All right, so what is the choice? Yeah, do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. When we got the Ten of Swords, because it's mentally burdensome. That's why you're praying for them. That's why you're trying so hard to find a solution. It's just you're sabotaging yourself, thinking the solution's outside of yourself. Sabotaging thoughts. The solution's outside of yourself. You can't fix it. You need somebody else's help. You need somebody else to tell you what to do. No, you don't. You just need to love. You just need to love. Take the dragon out of himself for a minute. Make him forget that he's such a fucking dragon, that he's such a beast, and all he does is destroy everything. Just take him out of that energy. Yeah, the truth. The truth is you don't want to fight. You want to love them. Ace of Spades to the Five of Spades for 6 spades. You want to move forward. You don't want to fight with them. They're not your enemy. They're not your enemy. Maybe they've coined themselves or pegged themselves as the enemy, as the villain, as the monster. And looking for an answer outside of yourself to fix it, I think validates the fact that they're a monster and you can't help them. And so Spirit's kind of letting you know, like, hey, you are the answer. You need to be more present with your energy for this particular soul. All right, so what do you need to remember? Elevation. Yeah, you're being called to elevate. You're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. You're not going to hold this person's pain body against them. You're going to elevate and you're going to choose love. You're going to choose not to label them the way they've labeled themselves. You're not going to treat them the way they think they deserve to be treated for being the villain. You're going to treat them the way they deserve to be treated because they're not a villain. Because they're worth your time and your energy, all of it. Whatever they need. And you're just going to be that. You're just going to be that. And then claim the victory for yourself. That's the miracle. That's the threshold that puts you on the new path with whoever this is. All right? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Definitely a conversation that needs to be had, right? From a very loving place. It's exactly the energy I was getting from the beginning. Purple Waterfall was the code name. If you think about that, that's letting the divine, right? Purple energy, crown chakra energy, the divine flow through you with love, water. Just let it flow out of you. Let it cascade. Let it create rainbows of mist all over the place. Purple Waterfall. All right. Secret code name. Apple Dumplin is next. It's going to be the 84-minute, 28 seconds. Apple Dumplin. Secret code name, Apple Dumplin. All right. So Spirit, what is going on, right? What are the events unfolding, And how do the shadows want to react? What are the events unfolding, and how do the shadows within the self want to control the situation with their reactions, right? How is the ego being triggered in the events? How does the shadow want to react? For secret code name Apple Dumplin. What is the chain of events, and how do the shadows want to react, please? For secret code name Apple Dumplin. Alright, we have the Knight of Coin. The Eight of Cups. With the Two of Swords and the Four of Wands. Okay. So your shadow wants to move very slow. I feel like the actual pace is faster than your liking. Because this horse here, because usually the Knight of Pentacles is the only horse that is standing still. This horse is definitely moving, and you could see the mane here, but he doesn't actually look like he's moving with the horse. It's totally weird the way I'm feeling this. It's like you want to stay still, and the horse is taking you forward faster. So your shadow wants to slow down. Your shadow wants to stop. Your shadow wants it to be stable. Okay. You don't want to know, you don't want to not know where you're going. Looking back and seeing if you missed something. Shadow wants to take time. And the reason why we have this Saturn and Piscean energy with the Eight of Cups. This is like all that Capricornian energy where Saturn is aspecting and playing around with Neptune in Pisces. This is knowing, because the Eight of Cups is all about not feeling emotionally fulfilled, wanting to move forward, because you're questioning whether or not it's balanced, if someone is loving you as much as you're loving them. So my question is, if love comes in many forms and from all directions, because love can come in a physical form as affection, it could be meeting up with someone face to face for a lunch. Energy and love given can be in the form of finances. Someone might treat you to something, they might lighten the load, they might give you some kind of financial support or an item or the means to do something that would have cost you otherwise, give you a better deal on it, save you money, right? They could invest in you or the people that you love and care about. People can take the time to have conversations and actually get to know you, right? Mental stimulation. People can love you in ways that is very emotional, where they let you talk and they let you vent and they're an ear, right? And they're supportive. People can take time to teach you things, right? And share knowledge. There's all kinds of love energy that's given, all different forms of love energy. And so you're questioning whether or not the love you're giving is being returned to you equally, which if you are stalling because you don't know if something is emotionally fulfilling enough, then whoever you're dealing with and your reality that you want to go slow with and wondering if you're missing something is because you don't necessarily understand their love language. You don't necessarily understand how much energy they're investing in you. Like, they could care about you so much that they're willing to improve on themselves, you know what I mean? And it's not necessarily them telling you that, but they're returning your love energy to you in the form of knowing that they want to improve for you. You know, so I wouldn't get hung up on this, because the Two of Swords with the Four of Wands, it's like wanting to cut out a sacred connection that would bring you joy and happiness, right? This is the red thread connected to the heart. It's twin flame energy, where you might actually cut out your flame, or cut out a divine counterpart that's here to help you grow and evolve. You have the opportunity to choose to move forward and trust that it's balanced. Because there are 4 cups on each side of that scale. It's balanced. You might not see how it's balanced, but it is. Okay, because that Piscean energy is dealing with a lot of illusion. Especially in the reality with Saturn there. So you're confused because the reality doesn't seem to be adding up. Maybe the actions and the words aren't adding up or whatever, but the feelings are. And so you're questioning whether or not you should cut it off. Because maybe you need more time, and maybe whoever you're dealing with is not willing to do that. Because to them it's like, we're either in this together or we're not. You know what I mean? In their mind, it's like, if you don't know by now that you can move forward with me, then why are you with me? Why are you humoring it at all? You know what I mean? Like, do you want it or not? I'm also getting this energy of maybe this person is very fine. If you're dealing with and it could be same energy, different circumstance in your life. But if this isn't a person outside of yourself, I think that they bring finances and financial stability to the table. They're not stupid when it comes to their money. And maybe they don't know whether or not they want to invest their money in you or not, because you're still up in the air wondering if the love is equal. And I think it's, if you were to choose to cut the love off, that's what this person was waiting for. Like, they're not investing because they have a feeling you're going to cut it off. And you're not making moves because you're afraid that they don't love you enough, because they're not expressing it in the way that they actually share their love energy, their love language, which is in money or gifts or stability. That you wouldn't have to worry about that. And so it's kind of like a stalemate, like someone just has to choose to love first. And if you're the one watching this, then maybe it's you that just simply needs to choose to love them first and continue to love them, knowing that it will be balanced. That it will be balanced. They want to make sure that they're investing in something worth it, because they're not going to put out their They're not going to fork over the shit in their fucking wallet for someone who's not going to stick around. You know what I mean? They're cautious for a reason too. Maybe they had people use them in the past, or maybe they financially invested in their relationship with someone and being nice to someone and treating someone with their money energy because that's what they have an abundance of, and someone just couldn't love them or took them for granted or went with somebody else, and now they're like, well, I know that's my love language. I know how I am when I'm in love, and I want to love this person, but I'm nervous, and so they're withholding. And so you kind of have to be aware of the fact that maybe you're also really empathic and you're picking up on their fear, and so you're naturally becoming afraid because that's their vibration. But you can override it, right? If you're not afraid and you know it's balanced and you know the value of this person when their love energy is open, then you just need to be able to give until it opens, because eventually it will. You need to choose to love, and as opposed to choose to sever it. Moon in Libra, right? The hardest part of ourselves to embrace is the fact that we love ourselves enough and trust ourselves enough to listen to our heartstrings, to listen to those red threads, right, in our soul that say, hey, You know the value of this person's love and what they're capable of, and you know they're deserving. So just simply give them what they deserve and trust that you will get what you deserve in return. Trust. All right, so here's the first choice of action. Yeah, focus on love. Really, it's third time this card came out. Focus on love. Right? This person has their demons too. Just be nice. Just be nice. Like, I know you're of a different world than me. You're used to reacting differently than me, but I'm just going to love you and be nice. You know? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to move forward thinking that you're missing something. Like, no. You might know someone has their fucking demons or their inner dragons that they're dealing with. You might know. But that's okay. They're not a black hole. You know what I mean? They're just an empty cup. And at some point, you keep filling and keep filling and keep filling an empty cup. At some fucking point, that cup can't take it anymore and they just fucking overflow. They just overflow all that fucking love energy right back to you because you've loved them so fucking much. They can't hold the fact that they fucking love you for loving them like you have, that you filled them up. They can't help but overflow back. You know what I mean? Everybody has a threshold. When you continue to love someone through their fucking demons and you have faith through the healing and you choose to accept that it's balanced and it just needs to be understood better, you're so much better off. Yeah, embrace your emotions. Embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. It's okay if you're feeling like this person doesn't love me the way that I love them. It's just simply a projection mirror for you to look at. You're not loving yourself the same way, right? You're not loving yourself the same way. Like, let's just say you are a very emotionally invested person and maybe finances aren't your strong suit. You know what I mean? That's okay. That's okay. You've got to be able to talk about how you feel and know that who you are and what you bring to the table with your love energy is enough. That it is enough. It's balanced. You need to talk about it. You need to talk about it because it's fair, right? I'm feeling like the energy where it is, it's fair. You're giving what you're getting and they're giving what they're getting. And that will continue to be that way. I love you are important words. I love you are important words. Maybe you don't say it often enough. Maybe you don't say it to yourself enough. I love you. I know the value of this person. I know how big their fucking heart is, and I just want to love their heart until their heart can't take it anymore and it just fucking opens back up because it's been closed off for too long. I'm just going to love this person until it's open. I'm going to express that soul song, right? That I love you energy and choose that. Even if I feel like I'm choosing it blind, which is a lot like the Two of Swords energy, I'm going to create this. This Two of Swords has like a honeycomb window with the masculine and feminine six-pointed star and an egg in the middle. It's coming out with the Four of Wands, and I love you. Give yourself and this person a break. It's as balanced and fair as it can be right now. You got to be able to continue to keep it balanced and love them. And I feel like this person will always keep it balanced the more you're able to be vulnerable and talk. Because like I said, love comes in many forms. You don't have to, physically be having sex with someone. You don't have to be having, deep blah, blah, blah conversations about each other and the relationship. You could have a deep conversation with someone about their parents. You could have a deep conversation with someone about a loved one who's passed away or a friend that they used to have, and get to know someone. There's so many different kinds of intimacy. And you can exchange that love energy in so many different ways. Like, you don't have to worry about it being balanced. You have to just embrace how you feel. And if what you feel is that you love someone and you know it's fair and you're just being hard on yourself or them, embrace the way you feel and then let it go and choose to love instead. Recognize the pain for what it is and know that it comes from somewhere outside of yourself and it doesn't have to continue forward with you. Okay? What's the choice with focus on the love, please, with the Knight of Pentacles? Yeah, you've got to commit. Three of Diamonds. You've got to commit to focusing on the love. Focusing on the love, knowing that maybe the process is slow. Maybe the process is slow. Maybe it's not nearly as slow as you think. Maybe it is slow right now. But maybe it's not nearly as slow as you think. Maybe the destination ain't that far off. You've got to commit to loving someone through their shortcomings, because they'll learn to love you through yours. They'll love you through yours. All right. Yeah, Four of Clubs, Four of Wands again. Embrace your emotions. Because you want to be happy. You want joy. You want stability. You want to feel safe. Your spirit wants to be at peace. So talk about it. Talk about what you need to talk about. Don't get upset, you know what I mean? Don't let your ego get hurt when this person is a dragon, you know what I mean? But don't forget that just because this person is a dragon doesn't mean you can't just stop for a moment and just be kind anyway. It doesn't matter if the dragon just burned down the whole place, you know what I mean? You still sit with the dragon like, listen, can we talk about how the whole forest is on fire right now? Can we talk about this? Like, did the forest really have to fucking burn? The whole thing? You know? We get the Ten of Diamonds with the I love you. It's the fucking dream. The dream. This person deserves love. Period. Just fucking love them. Get the dream. Obviously, this person might feel a little unlovable or like they're not enough. Maybe they're not emotional or affectionate. Maybe it cost them the relationship. You know what I mean? And they thought they could buy their way through it with love and it would stick around, but it didn't. And that's just the experience that they validated for themselves and that they're continuing to try and validate with you. And you're either going to let them validate it, that people quit because they're not emotional enough or they're not invested enough or their love energy is not good enough. Or you can just love them through it and let them feel safe in their healing process with you. Healing back to themselves that's open, right? And giving to the right people that love them. Okay, so remember. All right, what to remember? Spirit, please. We got two. Creativity and joy. Yeah, joy. Love to devise new ideas and innovations and forms of illumination. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. Stay light with this person. Don't get super fucking heavy. They're investing the best they can. And if you're over investing emotional energy and being too emotionally involved that you don't feel like it's balanced, then give your love energy in another way that's not emotional. Just spend time enjoying, creating an experience that's pleasant to have, no pressure. It's creative, it's fun. Think of something new. Think of something new. Hell, you can even do something like the question game, like you were back in high school. Be creative. Be creative. If you need to talk about your emotions or something, it's so funny. I just got shown that visual. You're like, you know how they used to make the old fortune tellers with paper? You know, you'd have 4 little things on the outside, like a color, and then you'd spell the color, and then you'd pick a number on the inside, and then pick another number on the inside, and then you open it up, and that's your fortune. It's almost like creating something like that, and it's asking someone like what you're going to talk about within yourself that's hard for you to talk about. And maybe this way they don't have to ask because they don't even know it's there. It's just something that you're uncomfortable with, and you're trying to make a very fun way to talk about it because it's difficult. And to bear with you because you're just trying to be creative. You know you got to talk about it because you don't want it to hurt the relationship later. It's something that you're keeping in, right? Something that pains you in the past that's reminding you of this person. Allow yourself to get vulnerable. Allow them to understand why your love energy is being held at bay, or why you don't feel it's equal, especially if it is. Because I think this person's mature enough to help you understand. And I think they'll appreciate it a lot more. Like you're saying I love you without saying I love you, because you're saying I want you to understand me, because I don't want us to fuck up. You know what I mean? I want to give us a legit shot. I know you and me both care a lot about the people that we love. Maybe we've just both been in a rough place, and maybe if I could just talk about it, that what I've been through, you know, we'll have a better understanding of each other. Doesn't mean we won't accidentally hurt each other or burn each other sometimes. We just need to be reminded, like, hey, that triggered the shit out of me. Like, do you remember when I talked to you about this? Like, that's totally how I reacted and why I went there. You know what I mean? Like, let someone learn you. Let someone learn you. Create better. Create better. Be happy. Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Okay? I hope that helps. I hope it helps. Moving forward. Secret codename 2 Eagles. Secret codename 2 Eagles. Alright, we're at 106. 56. Alright, 2 Eagles. Secret codename 2 Eagles, and those who would resonate to it. So, Spirit, please. What are the events unfolding? What are the events unfolding that the shadow is reacting to? How does the shadow want to react, right, to the events unfolding? How does the shadow want to react? How does the shadow want to react? For secret codename 2 Eagles, and those who would resonate to it and be drawn to its message. What are the events unfolding, and how does the shadow want to react? Queen of Wands. Justice. And the Fool. Wow. Okay. Okay. I don't actually feel like you're in your shadow. I think you're perceiving yourself to be in your shadow when you're not, because you're not used to what this is. Yeah. You're giving someone else a new perspective, and at the same time, proving your perspective, okay? It's almost like you've got this new perspective and you're taking it for a trial run. Like, healed people heal people. All right, let's work. Let's see if that works. And I think that's exactly what you're doing. I think you're coming in, Queen of Wands. Soul fire energy. This is a manifestation of the spirit, right? You're being presented with a manifestation of the spirit. Something that you are rooted to, right? Rooted to serving, because royalty, they do serve the kingdom. I'm feeling as if you are sitting pretty on your throne with your manifestation, And you're letting your heart roar, right? You're letting your heart roar with creative energy. And it is bringing in justice. With this card, this is a really cool card. But you see the balance of the scales, you have the white and the black. It's the yin and the yang, right? The two little dots that sit inside the yin yang, it's sitting on the scales. And I think you're balancing your light. What is your light? Your authenticity is coming from your heart space. You couldn't stop it if you tried. So yourself. And it's triggering justice, okay? It's triggering justice. And the start of the Fool's journey. And in this deck, the Fool, I mean, you see the hounds of hell biting up at the Fool. All these arrows are pointing down. All these roads, don't know which to take. And it's like, it's almost like you start second guessing who you are. And you can see here, the Fool is holding like a black rose, but it almost looks like the black, it almost looks like the black sphere that's here. It's right there. It's almost like, did I become the villain? Am I an asshole? Did I jump down the rabbit hole and fuck myself? Your shadow wants to doubt yourself. Your shadow in your mind wants to doubt what your heart's manifesting, what you're loyal to serving, right, on a spiritual level. You had to act in what would be perceived by another as your shadow, dark self, right? But you're not. You're acting in your light. You're reflecting their own darkness back to them. That if they're rejecting the light, right? They're rejecting your light, and it's them having their own shadows reflected back to them. Why are they triggered? You're bringing justice to the situation. You're bringing the balance in. Because Spirit sees everything. Someone needed to get dished some serious truth or karma or whatever. Shadow Queen of Wands can get fucking pissed, right? She can get pissed and pop off at the mouth and say some fucking shit that burns bridges, right? The Queen of Wands in a shadow deck can be fucking vicious, all right? She said, I don't fucking know you anymore. I don't fucking know you anymore. It's like blocking them and on social media, taking their number out their fucking phone. It's like, you don't even fucking know me. Who are you again? Forget my fucking name. Like, Queen of Wands in her shadow can be perceived as a real bitch. People forget why the fucking Queen of Wands acted out like that. Queen of Wands is soul fire from the heart. If Queen of Wands is pissed the fuck off, it's because you did something. And their soul knows it, and they can't lie to themselves about it. The Queen of Wands, when she gets fucking pissed off and says some shit, it's because you can't fucking lie to her. It's soul deep. That's why she burns it. So, understand, you might be being called out of your element. You might be being called out of your element. Especially if you're not typically the kind of person to burn people. But it's almost like you're so committed to loving this person that if you have to fucking burn them for them to get it, then you're literally doing it in service of them. Your heart is literally burning them in service of them because they needed it. Justice. You're not going down the wrong path. You might fear that you are, but you're not. You're not. You've got exactly what you need moving forward. So, actions, right? How can we hit this with love energy? Clarify the Queen of Wands. The Justice card and the Fool, please. What actions can we take to hit this shadow reaction right with love? Yeah. I think you gotta look in the mirror and say, I love you. You might even have to express to this person as you're burning them that you love them. You might have to express to this person that you love them and that the reason why you're cutting them off is because you love them and they don't fucking whatever with your love. They fucked up. You love them, but you've got to withdraw, right? Embrace your emotions. Don't push it down. Bring the justice in. Bring the justice in. You feel the way you do for a reason. Someone can't put that pain on you and not take ownership of it and face the fact that they're putting that pain out there. Like, you love them, but they're not allowed to hurt you. Fair is fucking fair, and you're going to protect yourself, right? And then the Union of Hearts, the Fool, you don't even realize it's bringing you closer. It says, there's a connection of love that defies explanation. Sometimes when we take a jump and we think we're getting further away, we're actually hitting the nail on the head and getting that much closer. Things are never as broken as they seem, and we're never as far away from the result that we're looking for. Because I think if you can stand your ground and stand firm in how powerful your spirit is from the heart space and express that, you know, I love you is important. It's important. They're important words. It says that. These are very important words. I love you. So if you're going to burn someone, remind them that you love them. And you're not burning them because you don't. You're burning them because you fucking do. Because you do love them, and you love yourself, and you love yourself and them too much to continue in a pattern where they would think it's okay to burn you, and you would continue to accept it. You take the leap of faith and trust that there is a connection that defies explanation between the two of you, and it will work itself out. The divine sees everything. The divine sees everything. All right, so choice, please. Spirit, choice cards for I love you. Clarifying the Queen of Wands. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Get out of your head about it. Eight of Spades. Get out of your head about saying I love you to this person. You can say I love you. Doesn't matter how long it's been since you've said it. If you've never said it, if you don't want them to know that you love them because you're hurt, like, get out of your head. You love this person. You love this person. Don't stay trapped in this energy of they're burning you. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to love this person however you need to love this person. Don't be trapped in your head, right? So the choice with embrace your emotions, please, Spirit. Just clarifying the Justice card. Yeah, Six of Swords. You got to move forward. The Justice, embracing your emotions, you got to move forward right now. Mentally, you have to move forward. Right? Because we're getting with all these spades now. Mentally, you have to move forward. You can't stay stuck. Right? The Justice needs to come in. You need to move forward with the Justice. And the Truth sets you free. Truth is the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Spades. Choose the truth. The truth is maybe this person is your one. Maybe this person's your one. They're having a hard time treating you like they're your one. So you're teaching them how to better treat you. Because when they don't treat you better, you can't stick around. Don't love them any less, just can't stick around. I think it's going to bring you a hell of a lot closer than you think. Like, if this is a relationship where if you didn't express yourself and you stayed in your mental prisons about it and continued the hurt and never brought the justice to it, never expressed how you felt, when they've hurt you, you know, and how that's not acceptable moving forward if you don't express that, you know, getting to the justice with this person and having, you know, the new beginning where the hearts are in union, right? And that's the truth. It might be 10 years away, but if you were to walk away now and stand up for yourself and how you feel and what you're willing to accept and not accept, this person might come back around and be in the space you need them to be in a year from now. You cut 9 years off the growth time, you know, the healing time, because you were just open from your spirit, you know what I mean? The truth in your soul, allowing that to kind of just come out and not be all nuts. If you love someone, just fucking say it. So what if they're uncomfortable? Let them figure out why they're uncomfortable being loved. You're just trying to figure out why it's so uncomfortable for you to say it. So just say it. I love you. You can't treat me like this. You know what I mean? I love you. But that's not fair. Respect, yeah. You value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. Respect yourself. Respect that they have healing that you're a part of. Respect that there's other people in the path that are going to help them, just like other people in the path are going to help you. Respect the process. Definitely respect yourself. Respect yourself. Everyone's perspective is unique. Maybe they feel that you don't deserve their fucking love. Maybe they feel like you deserve to have them treat you like that. Maybe that's their fucking opinion based on their pain body. It doesn't mean it's fucking true. Respect their perspective is in need of healing. And that you're just going to heal yours. And maybe your perspective is, I love you, but it's toxic for me to be around this, and I just need to go away from this. Right? And they're going to have to respect that perspective too. That they've been deemed toxic. Not unlovable, but toxic, right? They're gonna have to respect that. So, I hope that helps. What are the steps required? Move on to move forward. Move on to move forward. Move forward with love, embrace how you feel, and trust it is all gonna work out the way it's meant to. All right. Moving forward, it was just 1/22/12. All right, secret code name Apollo's Chariot. Secret code name Apollo's Chariot. Spirit, please. What are the events unfolding, and how is the shadow reacting to it, or wanting to react to it? All right, secret code name Apollo's Chariot, and this will be drawn to the message in here, please, Spirit. What are the events unfolding, and how does the shadow want to respond? What is going on? Insight, please, Spirit. For Apollo's Chariot. Strength card in the reverse, Page of Pentacles, and the Devil with the 7 of Coin. All right, listen. With the Strength card in the reverse, in this image, she's unclogging the lion's throat. Okay, this is the divine feminine energy, the warrior spirit of the heart space, unclogging the lion's, the ego's ability to roar in its light, to create what it needs to create. I think that you are either going to be put in a position where you feel like you can't speak up, or that no matter how loud you roar, it's not being received. It's like it's falling on deaf ears. You might be in an experience where that's exactly the feeling. Like everything you're saying is falling on deaf ears. And so the Page of Pentacles, it's almost mischievous. And they're holding a scroll or some kind of contract. Now, when I get this deck in the shadow, this is the inner child that's healing, having an idea to lock somebody in an obligation. Feeling like your power's being taken away from you. So listen. Be really aware. If you are sexually active, that your partner is not trying to trap you with pregnancy. Especially if they're insecure. Be mindful, like if you're taking precautions. Like for example, like if you were on birth control and you missed a pill, like don't have sex with someone anyway, thinking it'll be fine. Because you might end up in a situation where you're trapped and bound in a situation that's unrewarding. With the Devil and the Seven of Pentacles. Forced alignment. Forced alignment, being bound, right? Being super bound to a situation. Like if you don't speak up, it's like telling someone when you need a condom. Well, I thought you said you were on birth control. Well, I am. That's so I don't get pregnant. I also don't want to catch STDs and, you know, birth control. I'd rather have a condom anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. Or feel like you're going to lose a situation because you spoke up, that you would fear not speaking. Because you might seriously get yourself locked into a situation you can't get out of. Something fixed and difficult and super fucking slow. Because we've got Capricorn and Saturn and Taurian energy here. It's a brick wall. And we've got more Earth energy here with the Page of Coin. So it's going to get you so wrapped up in the 3D that it's almost like you lose your spiritual self, your fire. Makes you want to quit because it's not what you wanted and you're stuck with it. Be real aware. Your shadow, if something happens, like your shadow might convince you that you're stuck and that there's nothing you can do and that, you know, all is lost and you have to take this time to rebalance yourself. It's going to be a long and hard and grueling, whatever. Like, don't let your shadow go there. Straight up, just don't allow yourself not to speak up. If someone doesn't want to oblige what makes you feel most comfortable, fuck them. See you later with love. You know what I mean? Like, fuck off with love. Leave me alone. Love and light to you. Wish you nothing but the best. Leave me the fuck alone. You don't respect me, that's fine. But if you feel like you can't speak up, you shouldn't even be with that person. If you feel like you can't communicate and talk and be real and be yourself and express what you want or what you need and you can't, then you shouldn't be with that person. You got to deal with your insecurities and why you feel like you can't speak up, why you feel like you can't be yourself, why you feel like you got to be somebody else for them to stick around, because if you're yourself, then they leave. Don't let your own shadows kind of convince you that, you know, if you're insecure, that maybe if you had a kid, someone would stay, kind of thing. Like, tell that thought to go fuck off. The right person's going to want to have kids with you. You know what I mean? So if that thought popped into your subconscious and you were wondering if, well, why just call that shit out? You know what I mean? No. No. You're going to obligate yourself to something and a guy that has a lot of fucking work to do. You're going to have a guy that has a lot of work to do. You're going to be stuck with it. And why? It's because it's going to be healing your own masculine energy that couldn't speak up prior. It's going to be a huge lesson if you let your shadow run with you. You got to believe that there's something more perfect for you out there. Don't buy into fear. All right, so what are the actions, please, Spirit? Clarify the Strength card. How can we hit it with love? Appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. Appreciate the moment that you have to express whatever love you need to express, especially for yourself. Like I said, if you can't speak up for yourself and express yourself freely, you're with the wrong company. Every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So if someone, if you express yourself and they're not down, like that's an opportunity for you to grow and for them to grow, because you're going to find love where you need to find it and they're going to find love where they need to find it, because it's obviously not with each other. You know what I mean? And at least not in this moment. So appreciate this moment that you have to bring your self-love to the situation, right? Your ability to speak up. Clarify the Page of Pentacles, please. How can we hit that with love? How can we hit that energy with love? That the shadow feels like it wants to lock something in. Mischievous or scheming in the mind, right? The shadow aspect that wants to scheme and lock in. How do we hit that with love, please, Spirit? What action can we take? Yeah, ask for help. What is it you really need help with? What is it you really need help with, and ask for help? If you're thinking about mischievously or scheming or trapping or whatever, or you're wondering if, well, what if you just did, and then blah, 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 be willing to allow yourself the support you need. You need to talk to someone if that's the case. You know what I mean? If that really is the case, you need to talk to someone. Maybe about insecurity issues that you're having. You might even need to talk to your father in some which way, shape, or form. Or a father figure. Because you're not meant to repeat the history of your ancestors, including your parents. So I would talk to them, especially if they're older, because they're not going to steer you wrong. They're not going to let you make the same quote-unquote mistakes they did. And they're not going to allow you to look at the mistakes that they made as mistakes, because at this point I think they've understood the benefit of the path, right? The long and binding healing, but that doesn't mean it has to be you. I think you just need someone to, like your father, to look at you and love you and tell you that you're fucking beautiful and you're special and you deserve better. You deserve better than someone you feel like you can't be yourself around. So you gotta get real comfortable with yourself and loving who you are. Let's hit the Devil and the Seven of Pentacles, please, Spirit. How can we hit it with love actions? That's too many. How can we hit? All right, let's take that one. Yeah, the Union of Hearts. There's a connection of love that defies explanation. Like, first of all, let me say this. If someone did decide to trap you in some way, or you trapped someone, know that the spirit with you, who's bound themselves to you in order to get your masculine energy in alignment, loves you deeply. They love you deeply on a soul level. On a soul level, that they would come in voluntarily as a soul just in case you ended up in this predicament with your shadows, to teach you that you don't need this shadow anymore, the insecurity anymore, right? You don't need that. Because this person might legit actually love you, or you might legit actually love them, but you'll never know for sure if they're just with you for the kid or not. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where you'll always doubt yourself. Get in touch with the self-doubt, right? Get in touch with the insecurities and start to heal that shit. You remember how special you are. And how beautiful it is to have an energy like yours in someone's life. You know what I mean? You don't have to be quiet and not express things or whatever. You can trust and have faith that if you're meant to be with someone and have children with them, like later on, it'll be a mutually agreed upon thing. Yeah, appreciate this moment. Wish fulfillment. If it's what you want, it's what you want. If it's not what you want, then it's not what you want. You just have to be able to express it either way. You've got to be able to enjoy the moment and feel like it's your wish granted in that moment, because if it doesn't feel like a wish granted in the moment that you're living, it's not. And it's not going to bring a wish granted if it doesn't feel that way, right? Because like attracts like. If it doesn't feel like a wish granted, it doesn't feel like a dream come true, it's not going to be that later. So focus on your wish fulfillment. Express what needs to be expressed, and don't keep your mouth shut because we're focusing on wish fulfillment. Okay? Every situation is an opportunity to grow in love. Express what it is that would make you feel so much better about the circumstance. Yeah, and the two of diamonds with the ask for help card. This is about juggling the ideal and the reality. You're juggling this idea of your ideal self and what your ideal experience looks like, but the reality is you're feeling it and sensing it and moving through it in a completely different way that is not ideal. And so you need to ask for help and get some advice on how to shift into being and living your ideal. And that comes with a mindset shift. All right, choice card for the Union of Hearts, clarifying the Devil and the Seven of Pentacles. Clarify the choice card for the Union of Hearts, please. Three of Wands. Just gotta take the journey. It is a connection of love that defies explanation. It is a part of the journey. It's a part of the journey. This could also be obsessing about the healing of another when you really need to get obsessed about healing your own inaction. Because the Devil can sometimes be obsession, so it could be your own shadow thoughts obsessing over your inability to move forward or your inability to take better actions and speak up, right? Because the Strength card is very masculine energy, it's very action oriented. Requiring strength is a choice, and the masculine energy is all about choice. And you can see like all these chakras got to be lit. Don't let somebody else choose you and trap you. You choose who you want to be with and choose them. I feel like you don't want to have to go through this hard lesson or long lesson. I don't necessarily say it's hard. It'll be definitely valuable and a beautiful blessing by the end. But I feel like this is a very long road. A very long road, and it's not necessarily necessary. You could choose something different. All right, so what do you need to remember? What do you need to remember? I lost What do you need to remember? Yeah, action. Talking about healing masculine energy, it's action. You have the courage to express the unique and loving colors of your soul. Do it. Express. Speak up. Voice. Do. It's your masculine energy. Feel confident. Feel confident in how you express yourself. Feel confident in your choices. Feel confident that you want to create a certain life for yourself. You want to create a certain vision. You want to create a certain reality, which means you can't do or allow certain things because that is not a part of your vision. Sorry. You know what I mean? Yes, I'll take action in that direction. That's in alignment with me. No, that I'm not taking that action. It's not in alignment with me. Something's telling me not to do it. Something's telling me to whatever. Heed it. Don't not listen to yourself. Don't not listen to yourself. Don't not express something. Just fucking say it. Talk about it. Don't let your shadows take the wheel. All right. What are the steps required? Knowing who you are and what you want to create and asking for help to help you through the demons in you that would tell you you can never have what you want. You can never create masculine energy. You could never create the dream reality that you want. That's why you won't speak up for it. That's why you won't talk about it. That's why you won't defend it. That's why you take actions or allow others to take actions against you because you don't feel secure enough in calling the shots about what it is you want to create. So don't let your life get hijacked by somebody else who has no problem creating with your life and your energy. They're choosing your energy. Doesn't mean that you would choose theirs. So mosquitoes choose us to feed off of, but we wouldn't choose a mosquito, right? Not that that person's a mosquito, but you know what I mean. If it's not what you want, it's just not what you want. It might just not be what you want right now, and that's fine too. Okay. So I hope that helps. Here we go. Next secret code name is Wasp Medicine. 14251. Wasp Medicine. All right. Here we go. Let me get these random back in here real quick. Okay. Spirit, please. What are the events unfolding for secret code name Wasp Medicine and those who would be drawn to it? What are the events unfolding and how do their shadows want to react? How do their shadows want to react to the events unfolding? What events are unfolding? Secret code name Wasp Medicine. What are the events unfolding? And how do the shadows want to react to the events? How does the shadow want to handle it? High Priestess. You know you've got the creation in your hand. You know you've got the creation in your hand, but you're not giving your heart to it. Telling yourself you're doing it by the book. Two of Cups with the Queen of Swords. And the Two of Coin with the Knight of Swords. It's funny because the King of Swords is on the bottom. And the Emperor is on the top. All right. Chain of events. I think you're pulling the I'm only human card. It's almost like you're setting it up for death. Because she looks like she's going to a funeral. And her hand and her palm, there's an egg there. But she's not actually gripping it. The egg is in her palm, but she's not holding it. It's almost like she's like, no, I don't want you. And the egg's like, grab me, take me, I'm your creation, grab me, take me. And she's looking away. She's refusing to hold it. And her heart's here in a cage. Talk about a shadow. You already know this, High Priestess. You already know the only reason why you're not taking this creation is because you don't want to give your heart away. You're keeping it caged up. Which means you might as well go to the funeral with whatever this dynamic is or situation is, because the dynamic is saying, hey, the beautiful creation saying, hey, you have me. You have me right here. I just need you to take me for yourself, right? I just need you to claim me so that I can be your creation. And the High Priestess is like, no, because I don't have a fucking heart. I took my heart out and locked it away. I'm dead inside. If you fall in love with me, you might as well start planning your funeral. Because loving me will be the death of you. Maybe because loving somebody else was the death of you. And now you're like, oh, I'm only human. Yeah, I hurt people sometimes. Yeah, I block people out sometimes because I'm only human. No, it has nothing to do with being human. You're a hurt person and you're not healing yourself. You know this. You know this. Two of Cups with the Queen of Swords. This is soulmate energy, kindred spirit energy. Two Cups serving the same heart, and the Queen of Swords verifying she's got her back turned. She's got her back turned. She's got a divine counterpart underneath. But I think you're too busy screaming from your high throne that you don't want to step off of it. At least that's what your shadow wants to do. In the face of a soul connection that wants to pour love energy all over your heart. Nope, I'm hurt. Nope, I'm human. Nope, I'm dead inside. Nope, I don't have deep feelings anymore. No, this person killed it in me, so I can never love you back. Like, that's bullshit. Like, straight up, that's bullshit. You know it, and that person knows that it fucking hurts that they have to hear that shit, if that's the case. That you can't commit and you won't claim this beautiful creation that they're giving you. You've locked your heart away. And look, even here, the Queen of Swords, she's sitting on her throne and she still has that fucking heart in a cage. The King of Swords down here, he's like, fine, because he's screaming back. Fine, he's screaming. I'm going to keep my heart in my cage too. They're your Emperor. They're your godsend, Christ consciousness type of energy. You're turning your back on them. And then you realize that you fucked up. You realize that you fucked up, and now you gotta take steps back, but it's like jumping over the fucking cliff. It's like a long way down. The horse is on the precipice of an edge. And it's the dark horse. Like, you put yourself as, like, you went from the front runner of the race, like the front runner who was about to win the race, to being fucking last. And you're like, well, how do I catch up? Well, you gotta take a shortcut. Well, the shortcut is the long way down. Or do you want to go through the steps in this, like, poisonous, abysmal, dead swamp marsh area? Like, do you want to take the long way back? Or do you just want to fucking jump for it? Dark horse the shit out of it. You know what I mean? So your shadow would tell you not to take it. Your shadow would tell you that this person, you need to protect yourself from them and turn your back on them. Their love's not real. Your shadow would tell you that now you gotta fucking fix it. And it's gonna be too hard, or too risky, or too much of a long shot. And you could avoid all this by just accepting the fact that you've got a beautiful creation in front of you, and you keeping your heart locked up is only making your life harder. You have no idea what you're denying yourself. All right, how do we hit it with love spirit? Clarify the high priestess. How can we get rid of that shadow, right? Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Act as if you have a perfect partner out there in your life. Because if you act and believe that you have a perfect partner out there somewhere in your life, you can't possibly keep your heart in that cage. You can't. Not if you believe someone's out there. Not if you're acting as if your partner's here. Because if you're acting if your partner is here and they're here, then your heart's open. You can't act as if your partner's here and have your heart closed off. Act as if someone actually wants to love you. Because you're lovable. Just because somebody else fucked it up and didn't realize it does not mean that somebody else is completely blind to your worth. The only person blind to your worth right now is you. Right? Act as if your partner's here. Honor them. Honor them even if there's no one in your life, and keep your heart open. Don't kill it before it starts. And start planning the relationship's funeral before it even begins, because they'll never be this or they'll never be that. They'll never be anything that would make you come back from the dead. When the truth of the matter is, I think you really do want fucking love. You really do want fucking love. You just turn your back on it. You want to believe it's real. No one's putting up the fight long enough. Because you stopped putting up the fight for yourself a long time ago. The day you decided you were dead inside. It's not that people don't believe you're worth fighting for. You don't give them the opportunity to fight at all. It doesn't even matter how much they fight. It doesn't matter. You killed it before it started. All right, so how do we hit the Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups with actions? Love actions, spirit. Yeah, be in the present and dream of the future. Enjoy who you're with. Enjoy who's in your present moment. Dream of the future and how wonderful it could be. I almost feel like you dealt with a false twin flame. A very karmic, toxic person. That you swore after they hurt you that you would never fucking love again. That you couldn't, wouldn't, dare love again. Because it was so shitty. That you've got to be present. That past person or whoever that hurt you and made you lock up your heart, they are not the same person in front of you. Even if they are physically the same person, energetically they're not. They're not the same person. They're your counterpart. Whoever's in front of you right now. Or going to be in front of you shortly, because these are events unfolding. Be in the present and dream a beautiful dream when it comes to picturing your future. Don't allow your ego to get attached to it, but allow yourself to enjoy the vision. Enjoy the idea of your heart being open. Enjoy the idea of being with someone, and it could be long term. Just enjoy the vision. Don't get attached to the vision, because then you're going to try and control it and make it happen. Don't get attached to the vision. Just enjoy that that vision's there and that it feels good. When we dream, everything is possible. When we dream, everything is possible. All right, Spirit, what action in love can we take to hit the Two of Coins with the Knight of Swords? Yeah, choose love. Spiritual connection. Yeah, whether you gotta go backwards or take a leap of faith, either way, you're gonna choose love. You have a spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. This person that loves you, that is persistent and insistent on loving you despite yourself, is your partner. Let's make it perfectly clear. You're difficult. Not because, you're a fucked up person. It's just because you've been through some fucked up shit and it's turned you into a difficult person to love. Not because you're unlovable, but because you tell it to fucking stay over there. It's difficult to love someone when their hand is like, keep a distance, stay over there. It's difficult. And whoever loves you is loving you through this, despite yourself. Let's get some choice cards, Spirit, please. Clarify the choice for act as if your partner's here. Yeah, Ace of Diamonds. You gotta let the new beginning happen. Act as if your partner's with you and they're always gonna be with you. They're not leaving. Not this person. Ace of Diamonds, take the new beginning. Take it. Take it now before you have to go chase it later. Clarify, be in the present. Yeah, three of hearts is about abundance, and it's in the upright. Focus on the abundance. Focus on the fact that the stars have aligned for you. That everything is possible, that you could overflow with joy and happiness. And the Ace of Wands, new start. New start, choose love, spiritual connection, another ace. Your heart and soul knows. Your fear is what stops you. Your past pain is what stops you, but your soul knows. You might even be seeing 131 or 222, right? Because we have the High Priestess, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Coins. Wow, and the Four of Clubs just fell out. It's Four of Wands. Talking twin flames here. 222 is co-creation energy and the vibration of unconditional love. When you allow your head and your heart to check off on something and create something beautiful. And 131 is about initiation to ascension surrounding you. Like, you can't actually miss this and fuck it up. It's just a matter of how long do you want the road to be and how painful. How long do you want the road to be and how painful? You're not going to miss it either way. This person loves you more than anybody else. Wow, and I'm shuffling and it fell back out. They're your twin flame. Your real soulmate. And if it's the same person, then they're definitely in the vibration that you needed them in before, that they weren't in before. They're in it now, so take that how it resonates. Your person's fucking ready. It's not, it's you. It's legit you this time that's not ready. Whoever your person is, they're ready. They're ready. All right? So Spirit, what needs to be remembered? Yeah, purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. It's your purpose. To love and be loved by this person. To love this person and be loved by this person. Determination and dedication to consciously choose love. To consciously choose it. Not push it away. To consciously choose it. Your heart's not dead inside. They won't let it be. They won't let it be. If it is, that's entirely up to you. All right? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. All right. That was Wasp Medicine. Okay. Getting into Grumpy Bear. Secret codename Grumpy Bear. 161 16. 161 16. All right, Grumpy Bear. Secret codename Grumpy Bear and those who would resonate to it. Here we go. And if you look up Grumpy Bear, the Care Bear, the little blurbs about him, it's super cute. I googled him just to see a little more in depth about him. His energy, that he would come up with a code name. Grumpy Bear. All right, so Spirit, please. Secret code name Grumpy Bear, and those who would resonate to it and be drawn to its message. What is the chain of events unfolding, and how is the shadow wanting to react to it? What is the shadow's go-to response? What are the events unfolding, and what are the shadow's go-to response? All right, here we go. Spirit, please. Oh, are we getting into this? I've been doing about 3, no more than 4 cards per person with the Dark Tarot, but I've got 4 in front of me, and Spirit's like, there's more. Is that it? Okay. We do have a new start in front of you. But you don't necessarily feel like you fit in it. Okay, not yet. There's a new start in front of you and you just don't feel like you fit in it yet. So listen, what do we have here? We've got the Queen of Wands with the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords in the middle for a total of 14 swords. I just know how I got that. 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 1 of Swords. It's almost like Spirit broke down the 7 of Swords, because the 7 of Swords is how are you lying to yourself, and he's sitting there trying to figure it out. Okay. And then we got the 10 of Wands. The events that unfold. I think you are aware of the fact that you're manifesting via receptivity. I think you're consciously choosing to receive. Waiting to receive. I think you're consciously choosing to wait to receive. which is a problem. In this case, it's a problem. Your shadow wants to tell you to sit pretty and let it come to you. But you're lying to yourself. You know you're lying to yourself. Because the truth is, you need to move forward. You need to move forward, and the truth is, it's Christ consciousness. It's just, I'm getting that with the Crown of Thorns, with the Ace of Sword. It's almost like you've got this creation, right, that you're holding in your hand. And it's your creation. You've put genuinely beautiful energy into it, right? Because he's holding an egg, and then you can't see it really, but because it's blurry, but there's a light cross with the egg. It's either coming up from behind it or a part of it, but there's a light cross coming out of that egg, and it's radiating, right? You might have already received it, what your heart's been trying to manifest, and so you're like, well, what do I do with it? What do I do with it now that I have it? Do I move on? Do I detach? Or if I had it, was it a dud? It never hatched. Was my creation a dud? Knowing that you've manifested something from your heart space and you're being receptive and you're asking, you're questioning whether or not what you manifested was a dud. And I think you're moving forward and sacrificing yourself. I think your shadow wants to move forward and sacrifice yourself, or sacrifice your pure intended creation, what you've been investing in from a pure heart space. Because it feels really good to invest your energy in it, not because you're trying to get something out of it, because you can't help but loving it, right? You can't help but doing things just purely because it feels good. You've been investing in something like that for a while. And now it's like all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, I've put my love in it, I've put my love in it, I've put my love in it, and I've waited to receive, and I've waited to receive, and I've waited to receive. Maybe it's a dud. Maybe it's a dud. And I think your shadow is telling you to move on, sacrifice yourself, blah, blah, blah. When that is heavy, spiritually heavy. 10 of Wands is a spiritual burden. Saturn was just aspecting, because it's on the card, there's Saturn here. With Sagittarius, it was just aspecting on the south node. It just let up its grip on the south node. At least a tight aspect today. Moon in Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius. You might have some strong strong aqua in your chart, which is, maybe it's been normal for you to detach because you know it's healing for someone after. Even if it hurts you, maybe you're used to walking away, like you've invested so much, and then if it doesn't, show a result, you're of the higher mind to just detach and walk away. It's no longer worth the investment. But I think you're dealing with something that is worth the investment. It's not a dud. I think it's taking its time, divine time, but it's not a dud. It's not a dud. Whatever creation you're holding that you've been investing in purely because it just resonates with you to love it. It's 11:11 here on my clock. Literally, I'm looking at my screen. It's 11:11. Yeah, it's not a dud. It's not a dud. Spirit, clarify with an action. How can we hit the Queen of Wands with some love energy? What does the Queen of Wands need to remember? This shadow doesn't run away, right? Yeah, focus on love. The card is making quite the appearance tonight. Focus on love. This person, maybe the reason why it hasn't completely fucking came to fruition and cracked open yet is because you don't know this person's love language. Maybe you don't know how to receive their love language. Maybe they've been giving you their love all along and you have had no idea because they just don't give it the same way you do. Maybe just letting you close at all is major love pouring out from them to you because they don't let anybody in. And you're thinking it's a dud when really this person has made leaps and bounds just having you around. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you do know. Maybe you're thinking maybe you're too different. Maybe you're too different. Maybe you've been loving and manifesting this whole time and this person's just too different. It's a dud. It's not going to work. No. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. That is the advice on the bottom of the card. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. Look to their good. Don't focus on what makes them a dud. Focus on what makes you want to love them endlessly. Don't focus on the dud part. It's stupid. You're only going to get dud energy focusing it there. New love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. It may pertain to work or spiritual growth. It doesn't necessarily mean a new person. It is a new opportunity for love, a new opportunity for growth. Focus on the new. Don't focus on the dud. Don't focus on the old energy. Don't focus on the sacrifice and all that shit. Focus on the new vibration you're bringing to it. The new, the fresh. The not lying to the self. Not trying to detach, right? Bring your new vibration of love here. Bring your new vibration of love here. It's not a dud. Totally not a dud. All right. 10 of Wands. Spirit, let's hit it with some love. How can we hit the 10 of Wands with some love, please? My ear is ringing. Actions speak loudly. Be authentic to who you are and appreciate the moment. It's spiritually heavy. It's spiritually heavy because you're walking away and not talking about why it feels like a dud. You're walking away, it feels heavy because you've invested so much of your manifestation into it, your pure energy into it, and it feels like a dud. Your new self has to focus on the positive. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Maybe your actions, if your shadow is telling you to leave or move, maybe the actions is sticking around. Maybe it's not quitting and thinking someone's a dud. Especially if that's spiritually heavy. Yeah, express your love through actions. You're asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. If you love someone that you've pure intention just poured yourself into it because you didn't even want anything back, it just felt good to love this person. That's authentic to you. Don't worry about it being a dud. Don't worry about it not being on the same level, that they're a dragon and you're this, or vice versa. If it's authentic to you to just simply love and pour into someone, and you've never had expectations of anything in return because it just felt good to love them, do not start putting expectations on it now. Appreciate this moment and every moment that you have to be authentic and love whoever or whatever the situation is, wholly and fully and purely without expectation. because each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. If you bring love to the situation, love can be found there. If you bring love to a person, that person can find love there. Appreciate the opportunity you have right now to love someone so that you don't walk away feeling like you lost your creation. Right, especially because the broken egg in the middle. Don't lose your creation. Thinking it was a dud. It's not a dud. It's not a dud. I don't know why Spirit keeps wanting me to say that. I feel like this person loves you a lot. I think they might have a hard time showing it or expressing it, or they just don't know how. They don't know how. Maybe you think they know you, or you think it's a no-brainer, but they might struggle there. They're not like you. They're not like you. They might struggle there. Your strength might be their weakness, and your weakness might be their strength. You know, you might be very different and complement each other very well that way if you can understand it. If you can understand it. Bring this new love, this new fresh energy that you're just going to be yourself no matter what, and allow this person to be themselves no matter what, and allow the growth to take place naturally, because that's what's going to happen. When you're authentic, they're going to be authentic, and if they got shadows and you're not in yours, they're not going to be in theirs either. Their shadows are going to go. They can't stick around. It's too much light. Too much love, too much light. Shadows can't stick around. Okay? So choice, please, Spirit. Choice card. With focus on love. Clarifying the Queen of Wands. Four of Swords. Maybe you just need a mental break and time apart. Nothing crazy. Maybe you just need time to, like, think. Stabilize your thoughts. Four of Spades, stabilize your mind. Get control of your mind. Don't forget who you are, and that your actions speak louder than your words. Because you could tell somebody that you love them, you love them, you love them, you love them, you've always loved them, but if you left, how much did you love them? As much as everybody else that left? Yeah, that kind of love don't fly with them. That's why they're a fucking dragon. Don't tell someone you love them unconditionally, no matter fucking what, and they're your most favorite person in the world, and then fucking leave them. So you're a liar, and that's gonna feel heavy. Don't act like you love someone no matter what, but then choose different actions. Be consistent. Be consistent. Yeah, Two of Coins, Two of Diamonds. If you're juggling the ideal and a reality, it's because, like I said, you have to commit to making the reality the ideal. And if the reality is ideal, then you have to think about what the ideal is for your person that you love so much, and help create that ideal, because your ideal will be returned to you by default, Queen of Wands. If you love someone so much that you have given to them purely from your spirit with no expectation in return ever, right? That now you would start to expect something in return. Let the expectation of something coming in return go and continue to give like you've been with no expectation, and the ideal will show up. Don't give in to it being out of balance. It's not. You're just being called to give because you're worthy of giving. Your person's worthy of receiving. You might be feeling like it's coming towards the end. That's fine. It doesn't mean you slow down. It doesn't mean you stop. Hold your faith. Appreciate that you still love this person in the moment. And you can express that unconditionally, right? Six of Swords. This is again up here. The Six of Spades. That's how you actually move forward. That's how you actually move forward. Being yourself, loving them with no expectations, because it's just part of who you are. You can't help the fact that you just fucking love them. Whatever they need. Time, space, aid, an ear, a fucking hug. What do they need? Feels really good to help them. Doesn't always feel so good when they don't support you back in the same way. But if you know and trust that your soul is guiding you to love this person in a certain way for a reason, it's because it plans on moving you forward with them. You just got to get through the hard healing part, where trust is being built and abandonment issues are being healed. Where lying to the self and sabotaging the self are being healed. Where feeling heavy is being healed. Feeling like you can't create what you want to create is being healed. Okay? That's what starts the real shift forward. Yeah. Get away from this disappointment energy. Okay? Get away from the disappointed and I need to move on. I'm without a person, without a purpose, my person, blah, blah, blah. Like, get out of that whole mindset. Okay? Don't be a grumpy bear. Don't be grumpy bear. Maybe you are. Maybe you're grumpy all the time and your person just needs to be loved. And reminded that maybe you're grumpy just because you're grumpy and it's not their fault all the time. Maybe you stopped being authentic a little while ago. You know what I mean? Maybe you stopped loving them the way you thought a while ago because maybe they were having a hard time and you're like, what I created was a dud. No, it's not a dud. You got to bring new love back into it. You got to remember who you are. You got to appreciate that this is the moment where you can actually do something. Just love them. Love them because your soul tells you that it's safe to love them and you're meant to love them. All right. Remember card, please, Spirit. What do they need to remember? Secret code named Grumpy Bear. Yeah, respect. Value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. Respect. You know, I had a conversation earlier in one of the readings. It was about apples and oranges. You know, if someone says, well, I don't know which one I want. I have an apple and I have an orange and I don't know which one I want. Pick for me. Pick for me. You can say, do I want to stay or do I want to go? Right? Fuck apples and oranges. Do I want to stay or do I want to go? Pick for me. Talking to someone else, pick for me. I don't know if I want to stay or if I should go. Pick for me. Well, if a person says, I think you should go, but your heart says, no, I think I'm going to stay. Because you were always meant to stay. You were always meant to stay. You always wanted to stay. You just needed somebody to tell you to leave. To reaffirm to yourself through discernment that you wanted to stay. No different if someone says, well, I think you should stay, I think you should work it out, and every part of you is like, that does not sound right. It's because you're meant to go. No different if someone says, you know what, I think you should stay, and you're like, you know what, you're right, you're fucking right. It's no different. Respect everyone's perspective. I think you're looking at something like it's a dud. And if that's the case, then your shadows are looking at you like you're a dud. And the reason why they're looking at you like you're a dud is because you're not being authentic to yourself. Your authentic self stopped taking actions a long time ago. You might have been telling someone you love them for fucking years, but your actions have been grumpy bear. Your actions don't line up with your words. And maybe that's why it's a dud. Not because of them, because you totally dudded out on yourself, right? Totally dudded out on yourself. So, I hope that helps. Hope that helps. We're on one more reading. We've got one more. All right. I know this. This has been quite alive. Thank you for those of you who have been with me from the beginning of this. I love that I have you guys in here with me. All right. So last one, secret code name, the Pianist. All right, secret code name, the Pianist. Timestamp, 184:37. All right. So, Spirit, please, for secret code name the Pianist. What are the events unfolding, and how does the shadow want to react to it? What are the events unfolding, and how does the shadow want to react? Okay. So we got the Ace of Coins. What else? Got Temperance. One more, please, Spirit. All right. All right, so you have a new beginning coming in. You have a new beginning coming in with the Ace of Coin. All right, these are always really solid foundations. The issue is everything that follows. So with the Temperance card here, I think whatever is bringing in this Ace of Coin into your experience, I think your reaction, I almost feel as if your guardian angels are pouring in negative thoughts just simply for you to defy them. I think your angels are playing tough with you. I think you have a new beginning, a foundation coming. And they're letting you, it's almost like they're letting your mind run away with negative thoughts. Or you're letting your mind run away with negative thoughts. And they're prompting them, right? And they're prompting them. They're pouring all of these thoughts. Why you should quit, why you should run, why you should not take yourself up on the creation. Because it's in front of you for a reason. You created it. The opportunity. And you've got all of this negative stuff pouring into your mind. And I literally think it's because Spirit's trying to ask you to defy it. Because we have the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. With the 2 of Coin and the 3 of Cups. And I'm feeling it's like Spirit saying, do you want to sabotage yourself, or do you want emotional fulfillment? Do you want to stab yourself a million times over trying to defy what you know is true and good? Or are you going to buy into all these negative thoughts we're pouring at you? Because we want you to stand up to the thoughts. The self-sabotaging thoughts that have been stabbing you all along. We want you to pick fulfillment. I think the issue is you're afraid to take steps because of other people, third parties. I think you're too cautious or overly cautious when it comes to third party situations. And Spirit's like, well, what if? It's almost like Spirit's flooding you with thoughts like, well, what if they're talking to somebody else? Well, what if they're not really interested in me? Like, well, what if they're better looking than me? Or what if this person's better and better? What if this person makes more money than me? Or blah, 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 blah. Well, what if this person has their own place? Or what if this person has a nicer car? Like, everything in your head is having you deny your value and what you're capable of creating. You're giving yourself a million excuses in your mind. A million excuses in your mind to take steps away from abundance. The events unfolding, I think you have a beautiful new beginning. I think that you might most definitely be your own worst enemy. When I got pinged for the code name, the Pianist, it was shown to me like Phantom of the Opera. But it's almost like you're your own phantom. You know what I mean? Like it's your own energy that's after you. It's putting itself center stage. It's distracting. You can hear it in the halls. It's like no matter how far away you get from it, you know, it's like you could still hear these voices in the back of your mind, and they need to be told to shut the fuck up. They've caused you so much pain already, and yourself is like, are you done talking to yourself that way yet? Are you done letting us project these thoughts into you that way? Like, can you tell them to shut up and not believe them anymore yet? Can you not worry about them anymore? Because the minute you stop worrying about them, the minute that they have no power over you, they'll never come back. The thoughts can't pour in. I don't think if there's a part of you that doubts, you need to work on those part of you that doubts. If you compare yourself to other people, then you need to work on those areas to where you get so confident in it, you don't care if someone's a little bit better than you in that area because you're damn good in that area. You know what I mean? Like, you've just got to work on you so that these flooding thoughts don't drown you out. You got, I feel like wheels are spinning, but like blades, like cutting thoughts. You might have to get in serious touch with some spewed garbage that somebody else put on you. That you would have all these questions about yourself. Like, why would someone pick you when they could pick somebody else? Why would someone fight for you when they could just find somebody else? It's like giving up on yourself, in a sense. Because you're sabotaging yourself, right? Ten of Swords, you're sabotaging your emotional fulfillment. Worrying about third parties and stuff. Or other people in general. I'm just getting a bunch of excuses. Bunch of excuses. All right, Spirit. Ace of Coin, what's the action, please? What's the action, please? We can hit this Ace of Coins with some love energy. Yeah. Show simple acts of kindness. Look to your inner strength and take a chance on love. Show simple acts of kindness. This Ace of Pentacles, if you want the new beginning, initiate. Initiate. Show a simple act of kindness. Doesn't have to be over the top. It could be something you would do for anybody that you cared about. You know what I mean? It could be something simple and nice that's thoughtful. It can be inviting someone out, thinking of them, saying, hey, you want to come along? Initiating. Show something, do something kind. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. You might not even know how much someone might be so fucking excited. You don't even know. Yeah, Temperance comes out with a look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. You can defy the thoughts that tell you you're not worthy. There's someone else better than you. You can defy those thoughts that would tell you to fear someone being better than you. You're stronger than you realize. You can overcome that negative speech inside your subconscious. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Stop telling yourself you're not fucking worth it or there's someone better than you, because that's why you're not initiating when you should be. You're wanting someone to initiate, to validate your worth, to validate that you're the one, that you're special, that you're better than everybody else. You want them to validate it for you. And I think you're the one that needs to take a chance on it. So what are the events unfolding? Solid new beginning. Then you have all these reasons not to initiate, and then sabotage yourself and having to backtrack and third party whatever's like, fuck all that. Simple. Doesn't have to be some huge date, blah, 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 or whatever, or come over and hang out and get all serious. Like, it can be something totally different. You could have fun and do whatever. I mean, God knows it's COVID. You know, we're dealing with a worldwide pandemic. But there's things that you could do to have fun that aren't like jumping steps or jumping the gun, but just laying a solid foundation. Having fun. Ooh, before I go there, let me get my choice cards. Spirit, what's the choice of action? Right, what's the choice with the show simple acts of kindness? We got the Ace of Clubs and it came out in the reverse. Simple acts of kindness, this is not sexy time. It's not sexy time. But it might be with the withholding of it, right? It might be the withholding of it, because if this is a solid new beginning that's starting and it's telling you to be simple, it might be telling you to keep the sex off the table. Don't confuse the energy or mature the energy when it needs to be simple. When it needs to nurture the inner child of a person. Don't take it there, right? Don't take it there with the sex or that kind of intimacy. Deal with other kinds of foundation building intimacy. All right, what is the choice for look to your inner strength? What choice can we make with look to your inner strength to clarify the Temperance card? 8 of Wands. Listen to Spirit. Listen to Spirit. It's Cupid's arrow. Listen to Spirit. Your Spirit. Your loving Spirit. That reminds you that you're worthy and you are the best choice. You are. There is no one better than you. In any way, shape, or form. Not for the purpose you have. Not for the person you're meant to be with. Listen to that voice that says, hey, that person, you got your sights set on them and it's unbreakable. Don't listen to all that bullshit in your head saying that somebody else, whatever, could be this, could be that, they could be this, they could be that. Like, don't. If that's how you feel, you shouldn't be falling in love with anybody. You shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, you need to get over that with yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to love yourself first. How could you say that you love yourself and then think or worry about other people being better than you in some way, or comparable to you in some way, or competing with you in some way? They're not the same statement. Energy speaking, you know what I mean? One says, I know I'm worth it, and the other says, well, somebody might be more worth it than me. You can't believe both, and they're gonna manifest, which is why you flip-flop between the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, and having to backtrack and backstep and deal with third-party situations, trying to fill your cup up from too many places, and vice versa if you're dealing with a counterpart. Yeah, take a chance on love. Jack of Spades. It's the Knight of Swords. Communication. You got to initiate. You've got to initiate. We've got the Ace twice. We've got an 11 on the board. We've got Temperance, which breaks down to a 5. We've got another 5 here with the show simple acts of kindness. We've got another 5 here with a take a chance on love. We've got 2 10s, that's more 1s, and then a 2 and a 3, which is another 5. So listen, if you're seeing syncs with 1s and 5s and combinations of numbers that are 1s and 5s, you're seeing 511 or 5115, like what, or 1010, like different shit like that. Numbers that end in 23. Number patterns that end in 23. Spirit's letting you know. Initiate, shift. 1 and 5. Initiate, shift. Balance yourself. Ascend, shift. Right? Initiate, shift. Balance yourself. Ascend, right? 2, 3. Balance yourself. Ascend. It's an action step. Sabotaging the shit out of yourself. Yeah. Joke will be on you. You're sabotaging the shit out of yourself and the Joker flies out. Like, yeah, the joke will be on you. Alright. Don't fucking lose it. You know what I mean? And go through another fucking backstep, sabotage, third party cycle of whatever hell you've been through. Don't keep doing it. Alright, so Spirit. I was going to say, what is the advice? The remember card? Forgiveness. You got to forgive yourself. Because those thoughts, those sabotaging thoughts, it doesn't even matter if there was a third party, because if you're the fucking best, that third party is going to kick it and you're just going to be yourself. You're not crossing any lines. You're not being inappropriate. You're not sleeping with anybody. You know what I mean? You're allowed to be a friend and create a foundation and be light with whoever the fuck you want. There is no third party. There's no distraction when you're not distracted. You are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. Just because you weren't good enough for somebody else doesn't mean you're not good enough at all. Or that somebody else is going to have to see it and validate it for you. No, you know you are. Forgive yourself for ever fucking questioning that. Sing a different tune. Play a different tune. Write a different song. Don't let your phantoms haunt you at the opera. Don't let your soul song echo down the halls. It's just a memory that was lost. Like, no. You gotta get out of the confusion, right? Get out of the confusion. You're not just drifting along aimlessly. You're drifting along aimlessly because you're not initiating and shifting. Spirit said, I'm gonna work on that. All right, so I hope that helps. That is the end. That is the end of the What Steps Are Required New Moon and Virgo secret code names. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope the replays serve you well. I will have the timestamps in the description once it's done its whole, loading thing and everything else. So until next time, guys, love each other. Don't forget to find me on MeWe. I'm totally getting off of Facebook. Faster than people might think. Definitely find me on MeWe. I will continue to be here on YouTube. Until next time, guys, love each other, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye, guys.